calling to say I just calling to say I
then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost myself. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. And shouldn't find a home, but if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. If you want it and you shouldn't find a home, but if you wanna travel, then go alone.
Top series Notail coming our way, folks. Return for the lift to win.
I'ma let you go.
And he switched it up. Okay, Playcat was away for a second, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to get in an interview. Playcat's chair. How you doing, Playcat? Chair Playcat. I don't know which one you prefer. Do you prefer, like, is it Mr. Chair? Alright, good. So, I've just got one really important question for you right now.
I lost my best friend to
Playcat,
23.
he's using the
She
pulse
left
one,
her
he's the
body
carry.
and
How does it
hovered
feel to
above
always be
me. I
carrying
saw no
his own?
shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I
I can
found.
imagine
I
what
saw
you
no
mean.
shadow,
I've seen
but
the
felt
way
the
that he
glow.
plays his
The
game
warmth
through
inside
Ogre
me, it
Magi.
kept me afloat. It felt like heaven. I found my bones.
2-1, am I right?
Gave me comfort when I feel alone.
I reckon you can carry all the way of Ogre Magi as well.
Yes, it's
Look at you,
time to
magnificent
get
stuff,
better.
you know?
Through the pain,
If you can carry,
I will
I can
go
carry it,
alone.
right? I mean,
If I fall,
the guy right now,
break
he's
my
stuck here with me
bones,
always.
I
I
will
mean, I know,
sleep without her.
let's be honest, right? You know, you already were signed into this gig to be Playcat's chair. You didn't really have a say in the matter. You know, you thought you were backing a TI champ in the making, that you were going to be the chair that he used when he was on stage in the grand finals. All right, well, that's all we got time for. We better switch over the draft. Any closing words? Yeah, I agree. He does need to step it up. All right, let's hop over into the draft. All right, folks. Since we're done with that interview, Playcat should be joining us again soon. But welcome back to those just tuning in. We have got some CIS EU action. Mud Golems versus Live to Win. And Mud Golems in the opening picks. Already ticking to the boxes for how they feel comfortable in their games. Getting their hands on not only one of Skitter's comfort heroes, but also the highly contested Snapfire somehow not being picked as an opener by Live to Win after it's not banned. Surprisingly, also Oracle coming out in the open phase. Now, this is a hero we don't really see too much of at the moment. Like right now, there seems to be a bigger desirability towards these kind of aggressive type of supports that on the lane straight away can just like beat into their opponents. That's why Snapfire seems so strong. Oracle can of course do that, usually around level 3. Right now, I would like to see Mud Golems maybe could just consider a DP man. Like the Morphling Oracle's already a little bit spooky, and yeah, the AA now being gone. Like you can already tell Live to Win have intention to bolster this up further with more sustain. That's why they got rid of the Timber as well, because Mud Golems, they've already got 2 strength heroes. It makes a lot of sense. But I think if you're not removing DP from the pool as well, like you must have, you're either getting rid of it or you have something in mind in the mid that can deal with the Death Prophet. But right now, they're okay. That's surprising to me. The Enigma prioritization. Of course, I do believe Mud Golems, one of their experiences in the ESL one was losing to Liquid's Enigma in one of the games. So maybe they're a little bit concerned about like a tri-lane shutdown, because that's the one thing, right? When you run this Enigma solo and then you have a tri-lane run on top, it looks quite strong. That's the only way I've actually seen the Enigma look fairly decent right now. Right now, Live to Win just a little bit concerned there might be this ball up. Interesting that they get rid of the Beast. I mean, it doesn't have that bad of a matchup against the Oracle Morph, because of course, Oracle, you're all about heroes that you can just dispel some big kill threat they have instantly, whereas the balls are just constantly renewing the slows. There it is. See there. Thank you, Fodder. I mean, why would I even question it? You're a captain for a reason. It gets rid of the DP. It just makes it a lot easier to approach your draft as well. Because right now, Live to Win also lacks like early tower pressure is the other thing. So getting rid of the Enigma and the DP helps with that a lot. Now, I'm not sure where they're going to go next. All right, Tusk. There you go. Yeah, so this might still be that they try and flex a tri-lane. I'm not sure what you slot in instead of Enigma, but Mud Golems had the right idea, and I believe I have been joined by the man, the myth. He's not mythological. His head is giant and in your camera's face right now. It is Pycat. Hello, buddy.
Hello.
All right, I got all the serious analysis out of the way, so now we can just meme for the rest of the draft.
Oh, nice.
It's
perfect. That's what I'm here for,
I mean, like, come on. These heroes have been picked 100 times before, right? Like, who cares? It's the weird crap we say.
I mean, we've seen Lifestealer, we've seen Snapfire, probably in like the last 2 games or so. I've seen Oracle and Morphling played before. I've seen Tusk, What's new?
The hero that's going to be coming soon to Dota 2. That's right. We have confirmation that a patch is dropping sometime in the next year. There you go. That's all I got for you guys. Sorry. I think people will maybe get like, oh, at the end of this tournament? I don't know. Maybe. That would be good, right? I don't know about you. I was kind of expecting we maybe get a patch at the end of ESL 1. Obviously, the problem is there's always tournaments going on right now, but like you got to choose somewhere to drop a patch.
No, for sure. I mean, with all the online tournaments, I feel like you drop a patch almost whenever. I think people are just... people are always happy when there's a new patch, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
You just find someone there, you go, ooh, I forgot that hero exists. Wait, they buffed Pudge? Pudge is a hero? That's the one we've been waiting for a very long time, okay?
It definitely has been a while since we've seen Pudge. That is very true.
Hero is doggy dude. The only time he had any shine in the light in a very long time was when his passive was broken.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Another hero that we haven't seen in a long time, I feel at least. I mean, he gets some play every now and then, but I feel like Witch Doctor, man, that hero is just...
Ooh,
I don't know. Where's he at?
There was like an attempt. I think it was back earlier this year. It was in the Pushka League, actually. A lot of teams kept trying Witch Doctor. And it feels weird because it's this hero that gets a lot of kills, but then what do you do with it? Because kills aren't necessarily worth that much gold. In the roles of Witch Doctor, what are you buying that has that big of an impact? I think it's good with certain combos. So if you like, I think last week a team ran Necrophos Witch Doctor, and they used it to burst down a Spectre, right? Because you Maledict, you gave him to half HP, you scythe him, he's going to die to Maledict.
Right.
But that's the only way I saw it look at anywhere near decent.
I feel like this Mud Golems draft is kind of reminiscent of what we saw. I mean, there was the Lifestealer Snapfire opening. That was the series we just witnessed, right? It was, I want to say,
I-
was it HR?
Yeah, HR had it. Funnick was playing the Snapfire. Was it? Yeah, I think it was the opener, and then they followed up with the
Yeah,
Doom.
but I think it was the other way around. Maybe it was Khan played it too. Wait, let me get my information straight here. It was
He's opened up.
Khan who
Yeah.
played it. They had
Yeah.
the Lifestealer and Snapfire, but that was a support Snapfire, and that was
Yes.
the Clockwork Bloodseeker Ember game.
And
Right.
then Funnick had his run with the Snapfire, but that game we didn't get the
Yes.
Lifestealer that time around. So
No.
we've seen a lot of Snap. Lifestealer, usually when it's not banned. I was saying, but when we were just interviewing your chair, is the interesting part is the way that Live to Win opened the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That was very peculiar. Like prioritizing the Oracle this early gave Mud Golems a lot of time to respond as well. Because like I was predicting the DP ban, they got rid of the Enigma, which to me felt like they were reading what Live to Win wanted to do, which is try and run a tri lane, because then they pick up this Tusk. And that's the one situation where I think Enigma's been looking good at the moment, is when he can be just left on a lane alone and you just force a tri lane.
Right. Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, Enigma looks okay against, like the Lifestealer when he gets to be alone.
Yeah. This time around, they might just start with duo lanes. I mean, Tusk plus Tide isn't too bad. You can actually pressure on the Lifestealer a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There is still the potential for them trying to run a tri lane now that it's likely we're going to have maybe Snap, I think, in the free, then Mirana 4.
Yeah, it's a little bit curious, actually. That's true.
Ooh, actually, this could be Snap too.
Yeah, it just might be.
Yeah, there it is. It makes more sense. Because I was about to say, I don't think 33 really plays much Snap. I know he plays a lot of Void Spirit.
No, it makes a lot more sense, I think. You can go in for this kind of as you want to, and yeah, just the mid snap fire. It's gonna be nice. You can send in your Void Spirit or your Life Stealer. I do think though it is personally, I'm always a little bit scared when I see the pretty much the way I look at least the one core-ish Life Stealer. Yes, Snapfire can scale, of course, but it's just this one kind of core Life Stealer up against Morphling, and it's also a Tusk. So there are heroes that you don't really enjoy playing against. Even Tidehunter, the same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's always a little bit scary when you have this Life Stealer as your only kind of carry.
And also, this is a game where Leshrac actually has protection, right? You've got the Tusk and the Oracle. It's not like when we saw Lesh in previous days where it gets picked and there is literally no way to save this Leshrac when it runs in.
Right.
That can be a bit scary, but I am never going to underestimate a quick Ags time on a Snapfire. Like, that's the thing about this mid Snapfire, is it closes the game very quickly. And what you might also see is, like, 33 has flex here. You could go for, like, the Spirit Vessel Ags and, try and shut out the Morph alternatively, because there'll be some saves. You could just go for Deso, and I know he likes Echo Saber, I think is what he built in his last Void Spirit, which that one was especially surprising to me because it's not an item that ever really gets picked up on Void Spirit.
Yeah, he built Echo Saber, you said?
Yes. He had Echo Saber Deso. I think it was literally just like the whole idea is you slice in and then you just get the 2 taps afterwards and you're dealing a lot of damage because you've built Deso. Because it doesn't apply on the cut through from Astral Step.
I see. Yeah, I haven't really seen many Echo Saber Void Spirits.
No, I went and checked the back against stats. I think he's the only one. But that does really, when I say it like that, it sounds like 33 entirely, right? Like this, he is this type of guy that likes to go for his own builds. We talked about how much he obsesses over Helm with Dom when everyone else is ignoring it at the moment. And another hero that he's found his own way to sprinkle his spices on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen all that many Snapfires mid. I mean, I've seen a few games here and there, and once you do get items, it can be very, of course, very strong. But I fear for Mud Golems here, with the Lifestealer core kind of. Maybe if they get off to a really good start and do really well in their lanes, I think they could roll with it. But
I think
I really like the Morphling's chances. It's
yes.
just
I was gonna say like the comparison for me is that there's a lot more volatility in Mod Golems lineup. So if they do start off well in their lanes, they very quickly could just stomp this game. Like that is the scary part. And the worrying part is that the center of that is going to be the Snapfire. And like you said, you haven't seen too many, but the ones you do see, it's usually pretty dominant. I don't think I've seen maybe one or two performances from Branya. There are a few other mids who are absolutely obsessed with it at the moment. But the consistent thing that occurs is they almost always win mid. It's just the kit on this hero makes it almost impossible to lose mid, being a strength hero as well with so much health.
right. Yeah. No, I mean, and it's also it's always just very easy to kill creeps with this hero, right? I mean, you get this, you have the scatter blast and the fire snipe cookie. You always clear wave, especially with the 15 salad if you take it. And yeah, I mean, you can obviously scale very well with the shredder talents.
Mm-hmm. And it feels like it's a very hard game for the cause to die actually as well. Like Voice Spirit's very elusive. Lifestealers usually don't suffer too much themselves. And like you've got the Undying and the Lifestealer to save the Snapfire if she finds herself not being tanky enough to front line.
Yeah, the added element of the Lifestealer actually being able to save his allies is definitely a very nice one to have. At the same time, I do think that I don't know. I really like Live to Win's draft here. I think it's just they have pretty much all the tools I feel like you need in just kind of a, they have tower pushing, they have team fights, they have multiple saves, and they have pretty much the superior late game, I would say.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. It's a case if this drags out, I definitely see how Live to win this very easily. Oh. It's just obviously they are a young squad. They've proven themselves capable in the most recent series. We'll just have to see if they can actually fare well against Mud Golems, because Mud Golems, they have proven themselves that type of team that play the lanes a lot, right? They just try and snowball off the lanes.
No, for sure.
That has proven their strength time and time again. So we'll see. Differing approaches, as we say. A lot of heroes from Live to Win the bot lane. I think they're maybe expecting some sort of venture from Mud Golems, maybe looking for like a cheeky first blood. I mean, they do have good heroes on both sides to fight around the rune. But nothing's going to happen.
Well, we'll see here. Yeah, they do have the Undying. They also potentially have the Snapfire if they want to bring him in too. I mean, could be a pretty big brawl around these runes, but it does look like they're going to put the tide down here and send the Morphling top against the Lifestealer. I think it could be pretty annoying for the Lifestealer to square up against this lane.
Especially if the Tusk lingers here. They just get the tri-lane off. Like, yeah, you have an Undying, but it's a weird interaction, because if you act really quick off the back of this Tusk, like the stacking decays doesn't really matter. You die too fast to the tag team.
Yeah, just the damage from... I mean, this tri-lane is quite strong. Like, the damage coming out of Oracle, Tusk, and Worf is not to be laughed at.
No. Meanwhile, if my Golems choose to commit to a tri-lane, you're a Lifestealer who probably doesn't want to be there in level 1-2, and then you've got a Mirana.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're going to pressure this tide.
This is the thing. Like, I don't know if Milan can have easy presence in the early start. Like, he could go top, force to try and try, but I said you are a Mirana in that matchup. If you don't hit your arrow, you do literally nothing. We could say just hit it, lol, but
just hit arrow, lol.
Yeah,
I mean, potentially the Mirana could just hang around, try to go for some arrows onto the Leshrac, but it's it's quite a low percentage play. So for now, he's just gonna stay in the bottom lane. Of course, until Chad gets 1 point into this Kraken Shell, you are gonna be dealing quite a bit of damage with your right clicks.
Yeah, and then that potential kill that could occur mid. It's not the hardest to set up as long as you don't get too greedy, because of course Branya can initiate with the cookie, which is, even on a hero as fast as Leshrac, hard to dodge.
And yeah, I mean, for now at least, you see that the 33 is getting off to this really good start thanks to Milan being down here. However, Skeeter is, he's gonna fall a bit behind this Morphling. And it's just with levels, this lane is going to become, just better and better for the Morphling.
Of course, if a Void Spirit and a Snap get off to a good start, you can see how they can kind of fix that shift from the laning phase. But as you said yourself, you're still going to be a lifesteal playing behind against the Morph. And the question then becomes, if Snapfire and Void have a good start to their game and they continue to snowball, can you close the map quick enough as Mud Golems without the lifestealer?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy. That's for sure. I think it just depends on the Snapfire a lot. Also, maybe what 33 does. I'm curious to see kind of what build he goes for.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, this rotation's been spotted out. The scan has been thrown out. FN already suspected something was up, which is why he's not going near the creeps. Would be a big deal, because once Snap gets a slight XP advantage, it escalates quickly. So well played by him to make sure he doesn't actually expose himself. I'm curious to see what 33 is going to prioritize here, because, I mean, it's a decent Axe game, but you are still against an Oracle. So, that kind of cheeky idea of, double silencing and bursting the Morph, if you catch him on high agi, can fall apart quickly. And then I wonder, maybe a quick Deso timing, but then you got to be like, does Skidder want that item this game? Can you find enough impact early on with it?
Yeah, for now, this top lane seems to be okay-ish for Skidder. And what's more, I mean, Netta's 33 is doing, he's doing definitely well down here. However, the Tidehunter he's going for a Meteor Hammer, it seems.
He subscribes to 33's feed, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, was it Saberlight the other day? I mean, yeah, it looked kind of cute when Saberlight did it, but in the end, it's not the maybe best choice.
It's actually Tusk who goes
I think
down.
It was on the back of that arrow.
Yeah. So the thing I was going to say is that it was 33. I saw him do it in ESL. He done it on the Tide. Then we had Saberlight the other day on the Timber. And now we're going to have another Tide doing the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a huge fan, especially up against the Lifestealer. Of course, it can help you farm a bit and take some towers and, just... I mean, the item, the stats of the item, they're not bad by any means.
But you don't really need the extra tower push early, right? Or you shouldn't. No. You've got a Lesh.
Yeah, and it's also just, you're buying this Meteor Hammer into Lifestealer, who is not really ever going to care about this item. I mean maybe it's if you get the Ravage off and then you Meteor Hammer, I think, but just seems...
This sounds like something theorized and planned out in one of my pub games.
Yes, pretty much.
If they stand still, we could get them. Everyone build Meteor
Magnus,
Hammer.
Darkseer,
Kisses.
And Afterlife.
I think Afterlife wishes he didn't pick Tide right now. That was painful.
And Bornea is actually, I mean, in terms of CS at least, he's definitely ahead of the Leshrac.
It's just very easy to pressure. You don't feel safe as the Leshrac because usually you're like, okay, I have really good movement speed. He can't stun me. The Scat Blast is just ridiculous. That 1 second is enough to then use your cookie.
Yeah, I guess the Scatter Blast is just, I mean, it's a very efficient spell in terms of damage, mana costs, pretty much everything. There's going to be an attempt here at Bornea.
I don't know if this is the way to go. They're going to room up now, but he's able to cookie away. Arrow is going to be a whiff, but it's a failed gank attempt by Liv to win. The Snako is now going to pay the price. They move forward. Baranya has got the Scatter Blast coming off cooldown. That means they get the kill. Emotion's in way too deep and he knows it. FN's going to try and assist him, but Baranya, he's got the Soul Ring. Cookie's coming off cooldown soon. They can ice shards him in, but he should be able to escape. No! The cookie cast. It's too late.
At the Arcane Rune there from FN, just making it so that he has just enough time to get that stun.
Yeah, it felt like he got a little sold out by his teammates. But as you said, the Arcane Rune, as soon as you see that on the Leshrac, you're like, okay, if we stand near, we're going to die as well.
And Skeeter is actually caught up and surpassed the Morphling up in the top lane in terms of CS and the net worth as well. So Mud Golem's doing well in all 3 lanes right now. Milan is gonna go down here, but it's not the end of the world.
I am quite surprised, except by that change around from lifesteal being ahead now. I mean, I guess it's all the pressure that got forced mid, right? In a one-on-one situation, like they don't really bother each other. They can more or less just passively farm.
It's kind of one of those matchups. I mean, you know, Jerax Snapfire, it's like there's some lightning, there's some scatter blasts.
Oh, I was talking about the top. So,
oh, the
like,
top. I mean,
because
it's
all
also
the pressure shifts away from the lane.
It's kind of similar scenario. I think it's just they both just hit creeps. Lifestealer has Quelling Blade, so it's hard for the Morph to deny, and it's the same story where it's hard for the Lifestealer to deny Morphling's creeps. So they both kind of just farm.
Yeah. Still farm center on the bot as well. But Afterlife is top of CS now. It hasn't slowed down 33, and it is easier to kind of find that impact as the Voice Spirit in this game, right? Like Tide, he can build these tanky items, kind of run at you, or alternatively, you could pick up a Meteor Hammer, as we've already highlighted. Whereas Void Spirit, because of the skill set, he already has a way to initiate the fights and find pickoffs.
Yeah, and it does look like it's going to be the Axe. And, you know, it's a very good pickup against both the Morphling and the Oracle.
Mm-hmm. Screws
also
over the
against,
Lesh
of course,
as well.
against the Lesh. Yeah.
It's like, you know, some people always go, oh, wait, but you're not getting the Yules. Like, how are you going to set up? But the reality is, Astral Step is so stupidly good a setup itself. It's a 40% slow that you can easily follow up with a Remnant. So, initiation will not be difficult in this game for 33.
And yeah, it looks like Farah's just helping Bornea go through some stacks here in the jungle. Also doing some additional stacking. Just trying to get that Snapfire towards the the quick axe.
It's kind of concerning, actually, because Live to Win haven't been making any stacks at all. You got a Tide Hunter that would benefit from it as well. You know, be even quicker with his Meteor Hammer. That has kind of been the difference. Okay, there you go. There goes one stack here. But I was going to say, that's been one of the big differences between, like, the teams that we see win more than lose is the stack efficiency.
I remember back in the days of old, around the tier 3 era. That was those were the days of stacking. I mean, the Sven Dark years.
Oh my god. Ravage. 33 in a bit of trouble. The kisses will cover him. He'll still go down, but the price might be paid. Motion a bit deep, trying to move away. Farda throws down the tombstone. FN chasing forward. They haven't got the damage to kill Farda, but they have got the damage to kill the Disco Pony. A 33 with that buyback. He's angry. He wants blood. Snake will be found. They were hoping for something bigger. But that's what they'll have to settle for.
Yeah, I'm really not sure about the buyback. I think they were already in a very favorable position. They used the Ravage. They made a big rotation. Yes, they killed the Void Spirit, but they lost their Leshrac. The buyback kind of just makes it so that the trade is even, if not good, for Live to Win. But
yeah, it's
a
weird one.
You used your spells, so.
Yeah, I mean, the weird part is, right, like, he's on his way quickly towards an Axe. You can actually see the switch up. As soon as that happens, you switch to Yules now.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, this doesn't feel like the greatest of Yules games, even for a hero like Voice Spirit that almost never has a downside to it. Because, you know, you are up against a Lesh. That's a free setup for his stun. You're also up against an Oracle that can purge that off you.
Yeah, I was thinking just the same. I'm not entirely sure if switching it up to the Yules is the right way to go, but it looks like that is the choice. At least for now.
I think it really comes down to that buyback. It's almost always the thing you see. You're like, oh, I'm having a great game. Queues up Ags. Oh, I just died and bought back. Let's get
I mean, I think the same moment that he bought back, he's just like, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Like, money, no. I mean, I'm not sure what kill he was expecting to happen there, because at that point, it was kind of obvious FN was dead as well, right? Like, there wasn't anyone else who was far forward. Not anyone who's worth a buyback, anyway.
No, exactly. I don't know if he thought that they were going to continuously fight. I think he wasn't expecting the Leshrac to go down so easily.
So what we've completely analyzed it now. The final thought is buyback is like, oh no, my gold, but also, oh no, it's a Lesh. Why did I think he was gonna live?
Yeah, the Leshrac is just about to finish his Yules. He's got the maxed out Edict.
Unable to get away from what would have been a painful death. And also Oracle now having 6 means next time FN does find himself down on Deep Street, he won't get beaten up by the Mud Golems gangsters. Man, however, is going to get beat. I mean, he's been tempting fate for a while now with his wanders around the Radiant Jungle. Oh, Afterlife. Look at that value. Oh, he can now go farm a creep camp while 33 denies some of the creeps. We're never going to let up about this Meteor Hammer.
No. And it's called Meme Hammer for a reason, eh?
Hey, you know, it looked like a very good item on Ember for like a week. A few months back.
And what about the Spectre Meteor Hammer?
Oof, yes, I remember seeing that a lot. Spectre's like, yo, this is like the future, man. Like, oh, Blade Mail better. Whoops. Well, they let him get it out this time. Kisses are going to be there, though. The Tombstone as well. He's got the Ravage, but I don't know if you want to throw it out like this. There it is, though. Seneko saves him with the Fate's Edict. Infest Bomb ready to go. Movement forward, Farder, not quick enough to stay on top with the cookie. Might be turned on here. The Flesh Golem's been activated, but that doesn't make him invincible. He finds out quickly. And you brought the Life Stealer here as well. Like, this is just kind of awkward. It feels like they made this move a minute too soon. If they do this when they have Ags complete on Piranha, I think it's like a completely different fight with the Undying.
No, for sure. I mean, you saw, I think they kind of got caught off guard. So Neko there gets caught.
Saved.
Oh, but a very nice snowball save.
He's got the false promise as well, so they probably won't be able to kill him. Throws out on himself, says, waste your time, boys. I'm leaving. But they decided to go on immersion instead. Right now, Tusk is like, you son of a...
I saved you and this is how you repay me?
Ultimate anime betrayal right there. Tuskaru betrayed by Oroku. FN not feeling so cool about this right now. They're chasing on onto him, bringing him low. He's going to turn a fight, but lands here. The haste rune to move away, but 33 comes around to clean up the kill.
And the ILTW now he's starting to catch up to these other cores. He's now become the top 1 of his team, and he's slowly creeping closer to both the Snapfire and the Lifestealer.
Huge Jaws theme tune soon. Skitter. He doesn't have the Infest. This is awkward. Well, at least he got the tower.
That's pretty awkward.
That was very ambitious. Rania, why?
Yeah, now Afterlife just gets to queue up the Greaves.
Meme Hammer paying for itself by having people randomly run into your Ravages. Oh, catch on to Tusk, bring him low, and he's gone. They say, good job, Tide. You meme hammered our building. Feel like we got the better end of that trade.
I mean, the gobble up, it's 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Are you? Oh, sorry. Are we going the? Oh man, 40 seconds where Snapfire can't do anything.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, like they could turn on him here. Ah, Void Spirit always feels so good. Oh no, slow-moving projectiles. Let me just press one button. Also, I'm gonna do some sit-ups first, then I'll press the button. I got more than enough time. Skidder doesn't have to care. Because Ravage has been used, this won't happen again. Oh no. He infests. They're gobbling up, they're going in. One and another and another. It's a layered cake of death. And Live to Win didn't unwillingly take a bite. Moving in, they get baited towards their death as Tusk goes in to try and help Afterlife. It's going to be free. The price of 1. By price, I mean, they went in. They thought they were going to get 1, but it was actually a bargain sale.
I mean, a 3-for-1 special.
Both referring to the combo and the amount of people they killed.
Yes, yes. Milan down here. The stun connects.
He's got
and...
Leap a little, your life depends on it.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what it was.
We don't condone kitty murder in this stream.
We do not.
I mean, how would you guys feel if, you know, your cat had to fight a horse?
And not just any horse, but a disco horse.
Yeah, like a horse that is high on all kinds of ass. No, I wouldn't want to deal with that. Oh, you know what? Because there's a disco horse, to make it fair, do we put roller skates on the horse's hoofs?
I thought you were gonna say, do you put roller skates on the cat to make it?
How does that make it fair?
I don't know. It's the roller cat versus disco horse. This seems like a battle for the ages.
If it's a race, maybe the cat can keep up if it can figure out how to use all 4 legs to skate.
And yeah, I mean, there's gonna be an E-Blade shortly on the Morphling. It seems that he lost his courier.
Whoopsie.
But should be coming out very soon.
Oh, Philosopher's Stone. Oracle is like, yes, please. Por favor, gold, senor. Piranha is showing for a moment in the mid lane. They're going for the Roche. And it's somewhat fast with the tag team, but you can already see Mud Golems no. And you're up against the Gobble. You're going to become the turkey to feast on. That's the only Goblin's going to occur here if you hang around as Live to Win. Om nom nom. Who wants to play? Father in. Throws down the tombstone on FM. Bringing him low very quickly here. Yules to save himself. Remnant is waiting to control him up when he comes down. They need to protect him with false promise. They can't. He's gone. More response to the son of Father. He tanks everything. The Ravage is going to come out. The fight's too split. Life still is going to be brought down, though. Now they can turn and try and fight for more. 33 is going to be rooted up. Able to move away with the cut through. Nice save from Varane. Is going to bring him low. They get the kill no more. They'll be able to follow through Immersion. Saved by the false promise, but that's not the one they needed to save. Immersion will TP away, but Afterlife will be chased down. And kind of an awkward situation for Oracle, missing out and saving both of the big cores. Costs Live to win the fight.
Yeah, and I mean, the Gobble Up actually didn't work out that well. Sure, the Undying did fly in, but the Lifestealer was not really able to hit anyone for quite a while, and he does go down quickly, but the arrow from Milan catches ILTW off guard. He was not able to start morphing in time, and as a result, he just was down.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of controlling Seneko. That was the thing. Like, he misses the false promise opportunity to save FN, then he misses it to save RLTW as well. And at that stage, you know, there's a reason he throws out in the Tusk. He's just so tired of seeing people die, and there's no one left to save. The thing that I will say about that combo, by the way, like the Gobble Up is so stupid with Undying, because you don't have to necessarily hit like a Ravage equivocal initiation. It's just it sticks an Undying in a position where he can get a good tombstone and screw around with everyone.
Yeah, and it basically just buys time for your allies and also gives vision to them to set up, you know, a very solid fight.
After all that, 33 getting very close to this Ags now. And R2W, what are we going for here? Clarity.
He has queued up the Scotty, but I do imagine that he will switch into the BKB or the Manta when he sees the Axe on the Void Spirit. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at his build earlier, and I was thinking to myself that this could get a little bit dicey.
Yeah, I kind of like looked at his money and was like, oh, that can't be everything. I was like, let's check the... Oh, it's only Couriers. It's only Clarity's coming out. Gobble up top. FN. That is an ambitious TP. Snakeo, no! He was mid-cast on the false promise. He won't even get out himself. Oh, no, no, no. This is... I mean, we're seeing the weakness of the Leshrax. And this was our concern. If Mud Golems start to snowball, it's going to be trouble. Infest to save Milan. Baits in RLTW because he used the waveform and the arrow is on him. Even with a morph, it's not going to be good enough. He's gone. Afterlife refusing to use the Ravage. Does his best with his Meteor Hammer, but really is starting to look like it's slightly shorter tile of the meme hammer.
Yeah, and the ILTW is... I mean, I feel like this is a fairly easy Morphling game. I mean, it's very straightforward, if nothing else. But he's died twice now, and he hasn't really had any impact in the game other than the fact that he's died twice and given away quite a bit of gold.
Uh-oh. 33 smells something to kill. Decides against it because they're too far away, and he hasn't got his Ags yet. But I mean, next time they'll probably go even deeper, because now with Ags complete, with an Aegis and your Life Stealer, world's your oyster. Also, Milan almost has the Spirit Vessel now, so I really, really, really would like to see LTW change this item choice.
He just queues up the Skadi and then the Satanic. I mean, yes, he does have the Rage from the Lifestealer, but it's not that reliable.
No, and it's also the fact that, like, you know, your game was already doubly hard due to the Ags on this Void Spirit. It's going to be triply difficult once that Spirit Vessel's complete. And there it is. Silence out, cut into him. He's gone. They'll find Tusk as well. Tombstone's down to make sure there is no punishment for this, as 33 will drag the Snowball away. They'll clean up the Oracle as well, bring him low, not able to finish him off. They'll get Afterlife. That's the bigger target. Kisses now to try and kill him off. He protects himself. They'll turn over to the other targets. Immersion brought down, and Afterlife in the tree line will also fall. And it's just live to win, watching their teammates die. There is nothing they can do.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of strange. I mean, I'm really not sure that this... I mean, it could also just be due to misplays and, you know, maybe not being at the right time, right place at the right time. But I do feel like this is one of the games where you could actually just go for a straight-up right-clicking morph. Because I feel like there are not enough heroes to overpower you if you were to go for this right-clicker, you know, with Manta into... whether it's BKB, Skadi, whatever, whichever way you want to go. You could go for this right-click morph, because I think it will be very strong this game.
Yeah, you can't even argue that you picked up the E-Blade because it has flexibility, defensive and offensive, right? Because like if you were trying to like justify an E-Blade purchase, I don't think there'd be any argument for defensive against the amount of magical damage that Mud Golems have.
No, definitely not. And it's also the fact that, you know, they have the silence on the Void Spirit. They have the Vessel as well, so
still not changing that build. It's like the more you two talk about it, the more different items you suggest than what you suggest I'm going to add on to it, all right? One more mention, and it's going to be a Daedalus queued up next.
The item choices are not good. Boom. Daedalus.
He's like, I'm warning you, it'll be a Rapier next. Yeah, I don't feel like RTW knows what he's doing with this morph. Double Rapier.
And the Skeeter is actually queuing up his own BKB now.
Oh. Interesting. I guess his logic is as long as I survive. Like right now, all that matters is that we're always present as 5, and BKB does make you unkillable. It does feel in some ways overkill, but it should ensure that you can't be brought down at all. I'll finally look to finish this out. Afterlife can only watch. Maybe the more surprising part is he didn't, like, as soon as they got the hands on the Aegis, the BKB was his intent. He didn't get more greedy. Oh no, FN. He couldn't get rid of the catapult they glyphed for it. He's done.
Ay.
Right now, I don't want to try and guess what the F stands for in FN. Father? He's going to get F'd himself, throws down the tombstone, stands ground. He will be E-bladed off.
I really don't think that the F stands for Father.
What does that mean? He wishes he had the lead that Father's team does right now, so maybe a little bit envious. Gobble! Uh-oh! Moving in, silence across, and LCW's gone again. He has not changed his item build still. Tusk. To his death. Trying to blink away. 33 is waiting though. He wants to play. Skidder says hi. They even use the kisses. They're going to force out the false promise. Everything to try and protect the Tusk, but that means everyone else is going to die for it. Seneco's brought down. Tusk is still going to die. Skidder is fine. We'll give over the Aegis, though. Please feel free to ravage right now, Afterlife. I don't think Mud Golems care. Good
No,
Lord.
they're just very, very far ahead right now. And yeah, I mean, ILTW he is having a very off game, I would say. I feel like the only one who is sort of performing on Live to Win is actually Afterlife. And I mean, I'm not even a big fan of his build. It's just.
But what
like
he's doing with the build he has is like, that's like, wow, I'm kind of impressed. But is that more because he's doing good, or is that because of how bad the other cores are doing?
Yeah, that is a
The
question
latter.
one can ask.
I mean, maybe it's unfair to say the cause, because I feel like as a team right now, this has felt awkward. He had like one or two times where the support duo felt impact early on, but time and time again, the false promises, and they're not able to grab to save the big targets, or there's no snowball save for like your Leshrac. And now all this effort from Mirana kill. Look at your back line though, you're in trouble. Oracle has to false promise himself. Mirana is still gonna get away, and now they can just turn a fight. LCW can't stay here. Tombstone goes down. Drums get activated, ready to fight with him. He'll turn into lifesteal, look to back away. Oracle is now dead though. Getting rid of that Tombstone, but LTW is not able to. He has to go back to try and finish it off. They're screwing with him. He knows he's done here. E-Blade to try and protect himself. Waveform to try and get away, but Baranya's been holding the cookie the whole while. He'll stun him up now. Arrow through isn't even needed. And that's it. They know. You could tell that they were just kind of off tilt at that point. GG gets called. Mud Golems take game one.
Yeah, I mean, ILTW, he stayed there to hit this Tombstone. I don't know, very, very overall just strange play from a lot of these Live to Win players. They looked very kind of disconnected from one another.
Yeah, it was very weird, right? Because like that's the type of, that's kind of like the what we usually call the rookie mistake, where you're like, Tombstone, just finished. And then we all have that first time with a Tombstone. We see an Undying Soul Rip and we go, I'm never doing that again. But I don't know if it's because he's a Morphling. He's like, well, I can attack it so fast, it won't be a problem. Or if they're just, at that point, they're just broken, right? Like when you commit that much effort to try and kill a Mirana and just get turned around on the back line like that, you could kind of feel as if Live to Win were done at that stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was difficult for them to pretty much accomplish anything. Yeah, I don't know. It was very strange that this Morphling, he was just, I mean, he was basically like the poorest or one of the poor cores in this game for such a long time, and I'm not even sure why. What, like, I really feel like it shouldn't be the case here.
Yeah, and
It's not a very complicated Morphling game, I would say.
that's the thing. Like to go back to the draft, you backed Live to Win's draft, right? Like you looked and you went, I mean, this seems easier. We gave Mud Golems the kind of like day in the sun. We said, if they got off to a good start, this is really scary. And yes, they did get off to a good start. But as you say, the Morphling should still have a decent game. His itemization also just seems very awkward. You highlighted earlier that he could have just went for a right-click build. But even after that E-Blade, like any of the items he was queuing up, we were just sitting here and shaking our head at.
Yeah, I think the one thing is that I feel like Snapfire was, I mean, the hero had so much impact. It's so strong once you get this axe. It's there are so many heroes that really benefit from being able to get sent into a fight like this. And Undying is definitely one of the better ones. I mean, even the Lifestealer and the Void Spirit, of course, are also very good with this.
It's a hero that I think a lot of people have been expecting to get nerfed. Obviously, we still are waiting on a patch. The more we see it, though, the more it feels like something around Gobble Up at least is going to be tweaked. Because right now, that spell, 40 seconds, pretty quick travel time, stuns, does damage, like ticks everything you really want. And as you say, when you play in the mid, you get the ag so quickly that you can take over the game. As a result, Mud Golems take a lead in the series. Now 1 game up. At least 1 game to go. Hopefully Live to Win could show us a little bit more. Maybe a little bit better execution in game number 2.
calling to say I.
Oh, that was I think I know.
Now that you've kind of exposed yourself to criticism, someone is going to say that you're wrong and they think they know better, and that is not the Dota song. But you're a TI player. Anyone's going to know the Dota song.
Obviously,
How many people in chat are TI players?
probably not that many. I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe a couple hundred.
If that. I mean, how many of those, like, do early TIs count? I mean, maybe. Even if they didn't, PyCat was still doing TIs past the early TIs, so he still counts.
Yep.
And you know what's still happening in this series, PyCat?
Tell me.
Titanter. But it is on the other team. I felt the need to do a slightly French accent because DP has been banned.
Aha. So Tidehunter has swapped sides.
He has. Goddamn traitor.
However, Suneko is still playing the Oracle.
But there'll be no DP again. This is the key. I feel like Live to Win. I think we did see the DP with the Oracle and a little bit more heal from Live to Win the other day in a different tournament. And they look strong. And it's almost like Farter's like, no, we watched that series. We know what you want to do when you pick this Oracle this early. You're looking at combo with the DP.
Yeah, I mean, DP is obviously just a nice hero together with the Oracle, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And now Golems, just getting rid of those kind of like more cheesy picks you can now combo into this draft. So we won't see the Mag either. Someone we talk about so often is that when you talk about these teams that are fresh together, Mag simplifies the game so much for them.
Yeah, I mean, and also both Mag and Slaughter just make PA's game so much easier.
I mean, Slaughter in general makes most games easier currently.
And
Except for
also,
that funny game earlier.
we're gonna see Skeeter. He's back on the Void. Yesterday we saw the 3 in a row. Today he did play one game of Lightstealer, but now it's back to the Void.
Who would have thought it? Skidder on about one of 5 different heroes. I mean, I couldn't have seen any carry right
5?
now. Lifestealer, Faceless Void, Sven, Spectre, and there's one I'm missing. I haven't seen him too much on the PA at the moment, but that's like the other one you can slot in there a lot.
The heroes that I've seen are Faceless Void and Lifestealer.
Sure, but I'm talking, like I'm giving full credit to Skitter's flexibility as a carry, playing 5 heroes competitively. Okay,
fair enough.
That's not like I dig at him as well. Like I think just right now there is a handful of carries that are miles ahead of the rest because they're so easily swappable into drafts.
Sometimes it's also about the way a team drafts. Like this team, I think is like I've mentioned this before, but I think 33 he plays a lot of heroes that scale very well, and so I think they tend to give him a later pick, and it seems that they pick Skeeter's hero quite frequently in the first or second phase, kind of early on, and then he just has to do what he does, and
That's
gonna
so
play
smart
the
and
same heroes.
insightful.
And so the hero that 33 gets to play is going to have much less counters, and so that can just be a way that the team drafts. They give their carry an earlier pick, or they give their mid an earlier. It just depends on the players what they're comfortable.
That's so smart and insightful, PyCat. Apart from the fact that they picked the Faceless Void and the Tide in the openers.
Yeah, that is what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, sure, the Tide, but
yeah,
the Tide. I mean,
you're saying in general,
the Tide
usually
could be
they.
a 4. Just in general,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they tend to pick Skeeter's hero kind of early on.
Yeah, whether that's because they like to try and get the gotcha picks in the other lanes, or it's the current state of the game, or if it is a case Skitter's feeling comfortable and only a handful of heroes. That's for us to ask in a non-flaming way in an interview one day to Fada or Skitter.
Nah, for sure.
The Undying, not too surprising. I'm more concerned about the one that got picked before that.
The Lion. Yeah, it's not a hero that you see every day, and I'm not really sure as to why. the Lion has been picked in this game right here. But maybe it's a, I don't know, maybe it's a Milan special or a Fara special, or just gonna have to see.
Or Baranya special.
Oof.
The next level. You know, we saw what he done when he rushed an Ags on a Snapfire. You know what he's going to do when he rushes an Ags on a Lion? Feed. He'll feed.
He'll feed. Yeah, I mean, against the PA, it's pretty scary to play.
We'll see if they can get the impact early, because even on the early laning phase, I'm going, a Lion? Really? Against these heroes? Maybe if you run it top against the Axe, you can annoy him a little bit, but you're probably going to be up against Axe and Phoenix as a Lion, which...
Yeah, I mean, against the PA, yeah, it does not sound very scary to play, I must say.
We'll see if they can get the impact out the draft. Maybe some extra initiation coming out of mid. Because, you know, Axe and Phoenix, they feel better as that second layer of initiation,
These
right?
heroes?
Okay, that's a hero that can start the fight.
Maybe if
for
you run it top against the Axe, you can annoy him a little bit, but you're probably going to be up against Axe and Phoenix as a Lion.
What is
Which
it gonna be? Is it gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, against the PA,
yeah, it does
All the
not
spirits
sound
are
very
gone.
scary to play. I
Or
must
any,
say, classic. Otherwise, yeah, all the spirits seem to be
We'll
gone.
see if they can get the impact
out the
early
draft.
before.
Maybe some extra
Even on the early
initiation
lane
coming out of
phase, I'm
mid.
looking
You know,
at
Axe
Axe
and Phoenix, they feel better as that second
Or
layer of
Spirit
initiation.
Breaker.
Right? You really want to scrape the
that's a hero
absolute
that can start
bottom
the
of
fight.
the
Maybe if you
barrel.
run it top against the Axe, you
MPs,
can annoy him a little
Golems.
bit, but you're probably going to be up against
Brewmaster,
Axe
if
and
you're one of
Phoenix
those
as a
people
Lion.
that was the
Which-
last person to
Is
come
it
up
gonna
with
be-
something,
Yeah, I mean,
spirit
against the
statement,
PA,
that was
yeah,
what
it
was
does
left.
not sound very scary to play. I must say.
Okay.
Classic. Otherwise, yeah, all the spirits.
That's-
We'll see if they can get the
That looks
impact
like a
early.
light
Maybe
even
even on the early lane phase, I'm looking at
Axe
Axe
and
and Phoenix. They
I
feel
mean,
better
the
as that
idea
second
is
layer.
Spirit
of
Breaker,
initiation.
you
should have a
really
very
want to
good laning.
scrape
Okay,
the
that's a hero that
absolute
can start.
bottom of
Maybe
the
if you run
barrel.
it top against the Axe MPs, annoy him a little bit, but
just be able to
you're
control.
probably going to be up against
Brewmaster,
Axe
if you're
and
one of those
Phoenix as a
people
Lion.
that was the
Which-
last person to
Is
come
it
up
gonna
with
be-
something,
Yeah, I mean, against the
spirit
PA,
statement,
how
that
how
was
how
what
yeah,
was
it does not
left.
sound very scary to play.
Okay.
Classic. However, we're gonna see.
Yeah, all the
if-
spirits.
if-
That's-
We'll see if they can get the
That looks
impact
like a
early.
light
Maybe even
even
on the early lane phase, I'm looking at Axe and Phoenix. They feel better as that second layer.
Spirit
of
Breaker,
initiation.
you really want to scrape the
That's a hero that
absolute
can start.
bottom of
Maybe
the
if you run
barrel.
it top against the Axe MPs, annoy him a little bit, but
just be able to
you're probably going to be up against
Brewmaster,
Axe
if
and
you're one of those
Phoenix as a
people
Lion.
that was the
Which-
last person to come up with
Yeah, I mean, against the PA,
Spirit
yeah,
statement, that was
it
what
does
was
not
left.
sound very
It
scary
should
to
be a
play.
free
All
okay,
classic
but here's your
otherwise.
However, we're
percent
gonna
phase.
see
all the
If
spirits.
you're about to
We'll see if they can get the
come
impact
out.
early. Even on the early lane phase, I'm looking at Axe and Phoenix. They feel better as that second layer.
Otherwise, you're just getting too greedy. And if you try to get in a greed match against Mud Golems, as you said, you know, with the lane matchups already, they're going to come out ahead.
Yeah, I think they also have the tide against the PAs. I mean, I'm curious if there's going to be some lane dodging shenanigans. 'Cause I do feel like they should have two fairly solid lanes here on Mud Golems.
Let's see. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. Live to win, just shifting the normal places. Probably looks like they're going to stick Seneko bot. I mean, you do have kill threat on the runes with these three heroes, actually. If you find the right one. And I'm going to say that, you know, even if Live to win's lanes look like they could be a bit rough, even if, you know, like Mud Golems have this more greedy draft if you don't punish it early on, it might be quite easy to punish because they've got a Lion. I solved the puzzle.
I'm intrigued to see what the Lion does and how he does it.
So, not so much what, but how he does it. Are we referring to how he's going to feed?
Yes, which hero he's going to feed. And I
There we
think the
go.
answer is PA.
Quite possibly.
Maybe Phoenix. Maybe Phoenix.
Sometimes Axe, maybe, as the game goes on, especially. He's like, oh, he's going to call that asshole. Whoop, got him.
I just feel like, you know, it's like you get a couple fire spirits on you, maybe a vessel charge, you know, some tornado, an EMP, you know, battle hunger, and then no more Lion.
You just see your health and you just mash all your buttons as a Lion. You're like, okay. Whew. Have
You're
my
just standing
impact.
there trying to mana drain some guy, and you're just like...
Let's be honest. When you sit there trying to mana drain someone this type of game, you feel like a crappy version of a Shadow Shaman. At least when he stands still, he stuns someone. Yeah, get him, Milan. I got this stick. I want him to throw daggers at me. But no dice. No, I'm pretty sure last time, it was a few moments back when we saw Lion last, and we did criticize the crap out of it, and we mocked it. I do recall that team winning, so...
Was that not the Shadow Shaman?
No, that was like yesterday with Shadow Shaman. We saw a Lion, it was back when we first started casting together, and we mocked the crap
I thought
out of it.
that was the Shaman.
No, we don't have a Shaman as
saw
well.
a Lion
That was
too.
yesterday.
Okay. No, I know we had a Shaman, but we also had a Shaman like long time ago.
Oh yeah, like Lion and Shaman are the two heroes that every 2 to 3 months a team makes the mistake of trying at once. And,
yes, that is exactly my feeling as well.
It's just like one of those type of situations. Like, why don't we pick this hero? And then afterwards, with a lost screen in front of you, go, I remember now.
Yeah, I mean, only yesterday I rediscovered why Lion is a good hero.
No, Shaman yesterday. Remember?
No. I'm saying
you
I
did personally.
rediscovered it,
Okay.
yes.
Did you have like
Personally,
20 finger kills or something?
No, I didn't get that far. You know,
Oh, okay.
game was pretty quick.
At least you didn't torture yourself with it too long. And the important part is you discover these things. For example, if I didn't try and, like, for example, play Tidehunter 5, how would I know not to?
Well, if you didn't try to eat shit.
We've done this before. There's not even someone about to eat shit in this game. It doesn't fit.
How would you know not to?
I mean, this
Riddle me this.
but Tidehunter 5, that's like, it's like crap that's been sprinkled with, sprinkles and like some tasty syrup on top. Like, you don't know. I'm not gonna
So
try.
what you're saying is if there was shit, sprinkles and syrup on top,
I'm
you'd
saying
go to
someone
town.
might. Not me.
Okay.
Because you see, I've already tried Tidehunter 5 and I know how bad it is.
I thought you were gonna say because I've already tried shit.
Well, that would have been quite the confession for the day, wouldn't it?
Yes. And everyone thought that was funny.
Ha 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 ha. It's okay though. No one's eating as much crap as the Skidder boy is right now. Poor guy. The
Yeah,
burner
he's
for
not
his
off to
regen quick.
the best beginning here, but I do imagine it gets slightly better once you get a few levels into Time Walk. Undying gets some points into Soul Rip, and you can get some heals.
Mm-hmm. Especially you can punish the Phoenix, right? Like, oh, what's that? You're down like half HP because you keep casting your spells. Nice. Jump in, one bash, a Soul Rip and gone. Also double strength lane against Sparta. Wow.
I'm just waiting for this Invoker to get this 1 point into Sunstrike, and then, this classic Morphling goes down to 1 HP, and you're just like, ooh.
I mean, the problem with that is, like, he's on your lane, so you're going to see him move his hands for you. Like, no.
Yeah, but sometimes Borny, you fall back when doing this, right? And so you're just like, you just snipe one.
And we're distracted by that. And so, see, look at that. We flayed the Lion. He has value. He has relevance. He's not complete dog crap, just mostly dog crap. But Milan is making it look like cat doo-doo at worst. Don't know if that's better than dog crap, really, but they got the kill. That's what matters.
Yeah, but what also matters is the fact that 33 did get the first blood. Oh, and he's also going for the Meteor Hammer.
I mean, he done it first. After, like, he'll claim the first of it for the series, but 33 done it before him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He is off to a very good start here.
You know what my favorite part is? Like, the other day, we were just referring to 33 as, like, a carry player playing from the pos 3. How often do you carry
carry player? He's a carry player disguised as an offlaner. That's pretty much what he is.
The problem is, when you say that, I'm concerned for your pub games if your carries are building Meteor Hammers.
Oh, FN in the mid lane here.
X, good. They get the kill.
Lion making it work.
See, this is the infamous caster curse. It's not just that Milan is a god Lion picker. It is clearly that we've stomped the idea into the ground so much that with his fierce resistance to our concept of Dota, Milan is excelling.
Yeah, no, that sounds reasonable.
The good news for FN, Morphling getting a kill lead, it's not one of those matchups where it just becomes completely volatile straight away. Like, you're still going to get pressured, sure. That was always the case. It's not like when it's an Ember or like a Void Spirit and they get a quick 6 and they dismantle you.
No, it's not. I mean, it's just about the fact that, you know, once the Morphling gets more level, when you get a lot of points into this attribute shift, the lane just becomes so easy to play because you can just play around with the stat swapping. But yeah, I mean, Bornea, he has to be a little bit careful. So Naiko here. So Naiko has to be a bit careful.
Yeah,
Maybe a lot
fishy.
careful even.
Sleeping with the fishies. Windlace, roaming lion. Oh. Merchant sniped out Skiz. That's his mask as well. He's got no regen left.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to rely on Fada Soul Rip now.
Yeah, but
Fada might
they kill
be
Fada.
potentially in trouble.
Okay, they decide against it. Time dilation comes out and Tombstone goes down. Tombstone against Axe is going to feel like a weird one in this game for Fada, though. When Afterlife is spinning like a Beyblade, he may regret dropping Tombstone.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, the zombies, if they stack up, they make that run pretty slow. So
Thank you for that very deep analysis. Very slow.
yeah, you know, Axis
Slow,
maybe
no.
not the most mobile hero, you know, other than with the blink. Of course, the battle hunger helps you a bit, but Tombstone can get pretty annoying for him.
Yeah. Just be on top of people. Easy. Fada, getting a bit bulky. Time dilation is going to come out again. Immersion will ensure that Afterlife doesn't get punished, though. Fada should be fine. He's still got the soul rep. But fine for the moment is the key word here, because there is a lot of heroes from Live to Win in the bot lane.
Reap your harvest
And they know it as well.
your soul.
They munch the trees and go even deeper. Fada has no tombstone for 10, so if you get caught now, it would be very bad. DP's coming in, though.
That
The Ravage Man is here. But they're not going to give him an opportunity to use it. Fada. He's got the stick. He'll get it out. Soul Rip. It's not good enough, though. He'll throw down the tombstone. Immersion is able to dive away.
it's just it's a bit awkward, I think, for this tied to TB bottom. He's just gonna take the lane for the Faceless Void. I mean, now he's already moved the map. It doesn't have boots. There's no real way for him to kind of catch up to these heroes in the bottom lane if they just decide to run.
I mean, Skidder could just TP top at this stage. Like, top should be more or less a free... There it is. Yeah, it's a free lane. There's no reason for him to not shift over there now. And at least now 33 can try and pressure onto the tower bot, right? Like, he's already achieved his objective top.
It's gonna be the Mask of Madness completed for the Faceless Void. He's soon about to hit the 6, so...
You know why he's really called 33, by the way, right?
Do share.
Because there are 3 tier 1 towers in the game, and due to his Meaty Hammer builds, he's the one who keeps taking them.
But where's the other 3 coming from then?
It's just a repetition. It's like free.
Sounds to me like you're saying free, and then something is free. I also don't the repetition then that would be 9.
Okay.
So are you saying that his real nickname is 9 and that
No,
33 and 9 are the same player?
I'd explain it. They both share a keyboard. This is how they make godly plays all the time. You know, they're splitting the work.
What if there was like what, Siamese twins? Like, how would that work? Like in a Dota team, like
Well,
what if they played on different teams?
See, here's the problem. I'm not sure if by Dota rules you'd be allowed to, because Ogre Magi is one hero. Right? So by
But
that
Miko
logic...
has multiple kind of clones.
But they're
right?
not Siamese.
They're not, but
they're not
you know,
attached.
with at the same time. You know.
I don't... Like, I feel bad because I feel like we should know the real term instead of like the kind of group name of Siamese twins.
I mean, what is it called? Joint?
Like you can go, I guess you can go with joined twins, but I think there's like a technical name.
I'm sure there is. I'm very bad at this type of stuff. So, co-joined?
Yeah.
Conjoined?
Conjoined, I think. Like, you know,
Conjoined twins?
for example, there's like probably a good technical name for like people that ruin my games, but I do just refer to them as dogs. To be honest.
Yes.
Emotion. Able to get
Because
away.
they keep barking in the chat.
Exactly. but they're like a little chihuahua. There's no bite. $43, do it, man. See, it's free towers for free. Don't argue with those numbers. Afterlife is quick on his way towards a blink, though, so live to win. We'll be ready to fight to win soon.
Every time I hear that name, you know, the song starts playing in my head. So it's every time you say it, I'm just like, till you die. Du-du-du.
The living to win. Oh, okay, yeah, let's go again. Man, we just need more names like that. Let's just get. I just want a series of teams that are named after Bon Jovi songs. Living on a Prayer would be the best one, and they just pick RNG-based heroes. I can see it already, just like the RNGesus is in the chat.
It's gonna be
Oh, they're deep
rotation
mid.
into
Milan's almost gone. One and Sorrel will heal him up, though. He has got the Hex. He'll throw it out. Min-max in it. He pumps the finger, but decides against it. Farda's burning up as well. The cool's going to come out. Both supports on the side of Mod Golems are down. But 33 has this Ravage. You can see he's watching and he's waiting. He's charging in. And they'll give way. They say, okay, no, please. No tentacles. I've watched too many creepy animes to want to be involved in that.
The tombstone there was not really enough to help them. They're kind of just caught in between a rock and a hard place.
Now
yeah, I mean,
44.
this Undying is starting to look like one of the Undyings we've seen previous. Not one of the fat Undyings, but more so one of these, you know, kind of sad Undying that doesn't do all that much. Double damage though on the Morphling is gonna mean a very easy kill on the Oracle, and also an almost even easier tier 1 tower on the bottom. And Bornea is getting close to his at least to his Eagle Song, and it won't take long before he gets the E-Blade.
Which, you know, he couldn't have done without the assistance of 33, giving him 3 towers for free. Oh, what?
How many times are you gonna do that?
Just 5 more.
And the question is, how many times is
Snake
Nico
can
gonna-
do that.
Yeah.
Just 5 more. I was just enjoying the weird little moment they had blocking each other in the trees. Yeah, they feel good about this game. Even sharing farm, look at it. Branyan 33, buddies forever. Let's get up. Jump in, X gonna go down, EMP as well. Have they got the control? No, they haven't. That was never gonna work. Not with a level 2, cool. Turnaround coming in, 33. He wants a good Ravage. He might not need to. If they can just slow down Afterlife, they can slowly right-click him down, but... No. Branyan says creeps. Must hit creeps, and Skidder agrees because this is what POS 1, POS 2 players do. Especially when they pick Morphling and Void. What they might do now is Roach. I'm telling you, without the Lion, they couldn't have popped that Lincoln so easily, and, you know, they gushed. Alright, now I'm reaching. You know, credit where credit is due here.
It's good at
Okay.
least. I feel like it's good that when you know, you're self-aware.
Oh, like the dead horse on the purple dead horse I'm beating is kind of comparative to the dead FN Leshrac last game. You know, it fits. It's just flopping on the ground, being beaten repetitively. You know, credit where
Sort of
credit
like
is-
a Magikarp.
Wow. I mean, they actually do turn into Magikarp when Milan casts his spells, so that is quite fitting here. And also, credit where credit is due, but he's only died twice this game.
Yeah, I mean, so far.
But so far, Seneco's died 4 times.
Yeah, which is 4 of the 4 deaths on Live to Win.
That's true. But that does mean that Milan hasn't
Well,
been
okay,
defeated.
actually, it's 5 deaths on Live to Win.
Yeah, it's like he's my professional analyst. Let's ignore his inability to math, guys.
I mean, math is difficult, you know. Dota,
Sometimes it's math, sometimes meth. Chrono. Oh no! They didn't catch Afterlife, but they'll still be happy with the FN kill. And I don't know what Immersion's hoping for here. This is not going to end well. Hexed up. They haven't got this follow-up stun, but the Soul Rip brings him low, and that's a double kill for Skidder. I mean, right now, that looks bad for Live to Win, but they're going to be happy Axe didn't get caught as well, because he was right next to that Chrono. If that had been just a little bit south, Skidder would have got a nifty bonus kill. Then again, actually,
it's going to be straight into the road pit. E-Blade is going to be completed on the Morph, and I'm assuming this Aegis goes to the Morphling as well.
I think so. I think this is Piranha's game right now. You just let him have whatever he wants. The classic,
However,
I must waveform onto the Roche to ensure I get it.
The top carry right now is ILTW.
Is he the
at least
top
in terms
carry?
of net worth.
All right, there we go. That is true. I'm pretty sure Piranha right now has some questions to put the PA's way, and the PA is very susceptible until he gets this BKB online against the E-Blade.
Yeah, and ILTW is rushing that Deso. He's going for the 4 Mithril Hammer build with the Deso into BKB into Basher. Ideally, all you need to do is just you have treads, and then you just buy 4 Mithril Hammers, and then you complete your items one by one.
Sounds like you really want 4 in Dota. Instead of throwing daggers, you just throw hammers.
I just want 4 Mithril Hammers in my inventory.
Yeah, I feel like that's better on a Pango, because you can do it either way. 4 Javelins, or you build 4 Mithril Hammers and then build 4 Maelstroms.
Could also work.
Personally, I prefer the 4 Battle Furies and then hope you reach level 25 for the triple dagger.
Skeeter?
Skidder.
ILTW there. He recognized that Skeeter just popped the Massive Madness. And yeah, he makes quick work of the Faceless Void.
I mean, my favorite part is Skidder's like, I can do this. I'll walk away. Instead of, like, I think his best chance there is you just start attacking and hope that you bash him. Fada,
Yeah,
not a good
I'm not
initiation
sure.
target, and that's going to be the false promise used to save Afterlife. But will it save him indefinitely is the real question. Sunstrike on the side. They actually do find Seneko. 33 is able to run him through. Fada is brought down by FN Sunstrike. But Afterlife now in trouble. They're staying on top of him. They do manage to TP away the Oracle, but Afterlife not so lucky. Axe on axe action. Okay, that was an adorable attempt at a play there from Afterlife. Dunking the creep was actually the smart move, but now he just looked stupid.
Oh, hell yes.
Look at that. Another 4 minutes has passed since our last line forecast, and it is still no more deaths.
Yeah, and Soneko has also managed not to die for the last, couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. And he has queued up this blink, and now with the help of the Philosopher's Stone and also quite a bit of stacking, he's getting close. And also ILTW is, you can see he's topping the charts by quite a bit right now.
He is
Almost
alone
2k ahead.
That
He's
is,
lonely at the top.
yeah, that's the big deal, right? Like, everything about their draft says ILTW, take it away. Whereas the thing that Mud Golems do have going is they can say that to either Skidder or Baranya.
Yeah, and they also have the Tide Hunter that it's pretty farmed, so they have a lot going for them right now. It looks like there may be a smoke very soon. There is a smoke right now by the Radiant, but it's not going to lead to anything here. They are gonna maybe try to go for some of these boundary runes here, Mud Golems.
See if they can spot anyone on them. Phoenix is able to yoink one of them and TP away, as Milan is not able to get there quick enough, seeing as he went for this Aether Lens build instead of the Blink. Maybe we'll just see Mud Golems just shift towards taking the tower quickly. They haven't got too long left on that Aegis. I mean, it's surprising how hesitant they seem to actually just go for the tower. There's going to be smoke now coming out from Lift to win, and this complacency, we'll see if it was the right move from Mud Golems or if it's going to be punished. Because Axe is waiting bot, and Skidder, well, at least he used the Mask of Madness early this time. Undying is here as well. They know it because he's got the ward in the high ground. Jump in. Nice time walk away, though. Vada's here in case they continue to pursue. They're going to look to turn around now. They got the time walk. They can't hit the time dilation, so there won't be any punishment for that. Unless Afterlife chooses to hang around here. Which he is indeed doing. Oh, line. Finds LTW, moving in, and there it is. E-Blade into the finger. And death is all that this assassin feels. Sneeko will try to run away. Aegis has been taken away, but Baranya, oh, he's feeling good about this. False promise going to be forced out. Sneeko able to salve up. The disarm will ensure that he might actually survive this, but the soul rip afterwards might... No, there it is. Salve definitely saved his life. Meanwhile, in FN land, 33 is looking to play. Sadly, he did forget about detection, so FN able to get away with this. The problem is, off the back of that move, Mud Golems could probably take 2 tier 2s now. If it wasn't for the lad in the bot lane. What's the move right now for Liv to win? I mean, we saw them try that smoke play, which...
I think they're just going to try to finish the BKB on the PA. I mean, yeah, they can smoke here. Maybe they can go for a kill if they can get the call onto the... Before he can pop his attribute shift, then you can definitely kill him. And the Phoenix is not yet level 12, so the egg is quite fragile, but... Yeah, you could also go after this Faceless Void on the top.
They're a bit obsessed with him. He might be able to get out again. They're going to catch him initially. Sunstrike follow-up, and he's gone. No chance to react to that. Couldn't hit the BKB in time.
I think he pretty much just died and respawned
And loop.
Yeah.
It's the weakness in their draft right now. Because you see that Mud Golems, they're always really playing around Baranya, because it makes sense. He had a great lane. You know, he's off to a great start to his game. Why wouldn't you play behind the morph? But this can be the weakness of running these two together, as they, in terms of like what they require and they want their team to play around them in the mid game, it's very similar.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Live to Win only have this kind of PA to worry about, and he is getting closer to this BKB. Only the recipe away now, just a few hundred gold, and he's gonna be ready to fight. I mean, he's very high level. He's gonna have the backup of the Oracle, who has a Blink Dagger, just kind of stay away from the Tidehunter Ravages. And I expect them to go either for a smoke here or just any sort of play, some aggressive maneuver.
You kind of hit the nail on the head with that comment about XP. It just seems to be the kind of repetitive pattern with these Phantom Assassin picks. Like the hero kind of gets away with farming where other carries couldn't, and I think a big part of it is this blur. Let's not even get started on the talents that you unlock as the game goes on. Looking at you, Phantom Strike cast range.
I mean, you definitely farm very quickly, but it's also about the fact that he is like the lone carry, right? You see that Invoker has kind of fallen a bit behind the morph, but the PA is definitely picking up the slack. So
we've definitely seen the fragility of having these kind of one carry lineups, though. So, see if Mud Golem split load blows Live the Win away. As they're on opposite sides right now, this smoke wraparound. Evoker, he shows for his second. The Forge Spirit is always left, so the smoke won't connect. And Roche has quite a long spawn time on it. 1.5 minutes until it's up again. This should favor Lift to win, because it's likely they're going to go for a smoke in the next minute. Ooh, they almost have the Ags as well on FN. One component left.
They almost have the what?
The Ags on the Invoker.
Ah, yes.
We've seen how easy it is to pick off the Void so far, but when you have Cataclysm there, like the follow-up could be catastrophic for Mud Golems.
Yeah, he does have a few points now into Exor, so he can deal some damage.
There it is. That's the smoke we were looking for. A wrap back to secure their own jungle because they're aware that either Mud Golems were going to go in the pit or Roche is definitely up soon and it's the primary objective. But with Skidder too far forward. Oh, Afterlife off the mark. Skidder has to BKB Chrono, turn around and fight. 33 is there with a Meteor Hammer. This is why he built up. False Promise is going to come out. They have got the Ravage. They'll use it now. Milan stunned on the side. Cold Snap meant he couldn't do anything. Buyback's going to come out from the Oracle. The Lion's dead for 45. They're going to chase forward on the Tide Hunter. The egg was used, but 33 trying to run this one off. He is speedy, not speedy enough. LCW has to use the BKB. Baranya with a haste still runner's able to move away though. Buyback will come out from the Tide, but without a Ravage, what are you looking to contribute here?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But these buybacks, I mean, the PA doesn't have BKB, but you know what's
what a move. Afterlife. Whoa. Tombstone's down. They need to deal with that quickly. Instead, they're focused on fodder. Maybe the wrong play. Waveform through to cut the back line. Turns to the axe and controls FN up. Branya's looking to E-Blade him and burn him down. The damage is good enough with a finger. And the adaptive strike through. They'll chase forward on Afterlife next. 33 slowing down Sneko as well. He did buy back. That's going to be costly. Gone for 60 seconds. The cool control is out into the axe. The Meteor Hammer follow-up will ensure that Afterlife is not getting away. That's way too many zombies to escape from. With that, Roche easily secured by Mud Golems. Yeah, LTW gets this DD, but he's not going anywhere near that pit.
Well, you say that, but...
Sorry, you would in this game, or are you think you're memeing on me as hard as the I am the 33 has, sir?
I just, you know, it's a PvPA, you know, he
He
gets the Phoenix to jump in for him, he has to be B.
Just
These heroes,
throws a
they would
dagger.
die. These heroes would die. All of them,
That's true.
I think, would actually be dead if he had gone in there. I mean, of course, he doesn't know because he has no vision, but if he can send in the Phoenix or anyone else, then he can potentially go there.
You know what it was? If he was level 25 and he'd taken triple dagger, he would have went in just for you, Pycat. He would have crit all three of them. And then Mud Golems would have broken their keyboards, confused at the RNG. Oh, speaking of RNG, Fada, he just got stunned. Oh. I think he would have preferred the crit in that situation. Mind you, I think the crit might have outright killed him. By the way, I think my favorite part about this is that Fada has the Never Shawl in this game against the PA and only has one arm. That's
Yeah, I mean, you'd
it's a
think
bold
that
lad.
the Morph would consider getting the Nether Shawl, but maybe against the PA, he just wants to keep this Essence Ring.
It's a pretty high value item, right? When you're full agi, you just get the heal and then switch over. Speaking of that, Morph ready to push on top. He's going towards the Skadi next, which against Oracle Phoenix. It's going to put a big dent in Live to Win's abilities to sustain through the start of the fight. 33 has got the Ravage. Doesn't want to throw it out just yet. It's going to be controlled up. He hasn't been unleashed to throw out the ultimate, but there it is. Going to use it now. Baranya forced to go back in the follow-up. Milan, finger on the PA, bring her low. She's going to be gone. Egg is not going to achieve anything here. Gone for 85 seconds. No buyback on the Phantom Assassin. The Chrono is going to go down on FN. Yes, they stun up Skidder, but now Invoke's in a lot of trouble. Baranya will just focus fire straight away, go for the back line, takes out the Oracle, already used the False Promise on FN. And FN trying to run away, but the time dilation is just too much. One or two bashes and will bring him down. Waveforms through. Control is good. Disarm to try and slow down the morph, but the damage is done with the Tombstone zombies there as well. They'll clean up FN. They'll turn on Immersion. Jerax gets away. The damage is really done.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it looked really awkward there, and it looked like 33 was just about to waste his Ravage, but then they kind of all just follow up, and they managed to burst him before he gets to use BKB, and Yeah, just a very convincing fight. Nice cheese usage there by Skeeter on the Void.
Also, the way Milan just kind of not blindly, boldly went in. He knew what the outcome was going to be for him, but he proved once again what you do with the line. Just go in, press all your spells. What happens next doesn't matter. You've had your impact.
Yeah, and what looked like a decent advantage for Liv to win now is very quickly just gone in the hands of Golems here.
We're definitely doing waves in this game. Now let's see if there can be a return towards Live to Win's net worth favor. You know, there is no Chrono, there is no Ravage, so really Mud Golems for the next minute should look to dodge fights. And then party again, because it's not going to be long until the Ravage and Chrono are available again.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an Aeon disc on the Tidehunter. Faces Void now has his MKB. Going for the Satanic next. And Morphling just finished the Skadi. So they're definitely ready to fight now.
When you look on the side of Live to Win, like what's your next boost? I mean, Axe is going for this BKB. I don't really know if I'd say it's going to protect them in this game. I mean, PA, at least almost that's a Satanic can play, but this is risky because you're invested in this. You're still quite a bit off. You do not have buyback as it currently stands. If you get picked off now, you're going to be dead for a long time. And that could cost you the game.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange buying out items like this, especially when you don't have buyback and you're so far away still from the Reaver there.
Luckily, buyback is not the most absurd amount of money from this stage, but he's still 1,400 gold short. The creep waves are pushing in, so as long as they prioritize the Phantom Assassin, RCW could get up to that point. But when you buy the recipe in the Claymore, I'm pretty sure he's not going to save for buyback in this situation.
No, it's I don't know. It's just kind of odd to do this. Carrying around this recipe in your backpack is, I'm just not sure behind the reasoning.
It's a puzzle. And they're going to look to fight as well. Litwin, they've smoked
this lion has the dream. The telescope on top of the Ether Lens and the 150 cast range talent. So, this lion he can pretty much be a screen away, and it's still not going to be a problem for him.
No. That's not the way Milan plays these fights. He likes to be on the same screen, as we've seen in the last two fights, where he just goes as deep as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps doing that. Now, if you're having this blink, you catch him off guard if they're not careful. RTW will be revealed. I don't know. So let's back up. I think right now, Mud Golems, they're kind of content to just chill, right? Like, yeah. At this rate, RLCW will get Satanic. But if you just wait for the next Roche, with the advantage you have, the type of items you have, it feels like it's very hard for Live to Win to contest it.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is kind of that there are, multiple scaling cores on one side, whereas the other side, they're not scaling as well. However, the Axe does have his BKB, so he can become a very annoying hero to deal with for this Morphling who does not yet have a BKB. He's going for the Satanic, which will definitely help him out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like this is a BKB game at all for the Morph anyway, right?
Yeah, perhaps later on against the Invoker spells once he gets the ball, really rolling. But for now, it seems that he will be okay without it.
Invoker himself is going for the BKB next, so no more offensive items coming out from FN at this point. It just feels like, more and more, longer this game goes on, like you said, they've got multiple scaling carries on the side of Mud Golems, and the way it Live to Win are itemizing, you feel that there's no diversification. It's even more on LTW to max impact the start of these fights and continue to do so.
Yeah, and now we see that the Morphling he's finally starting to catch up now. This is going to be the completed Satanic for LTW, and he's also very close to hitting that 25, so it's interesting to see if he goes for the triple or just the increased damage.
got a feeling he's probably just gonna go for the damage. I feel like we don't see the
I have been
daggers
seeing-
as much.
No, I have been seeing a lot of the extra damage recently.
Yeah. Like it used to be the daggers were just ridiculous because I believe they used to be on level 20. And it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, that might be the case.
That was back when you could do the artillery battle fury build. You just stack battle furies and throw 3 daggers.
Ah, right.
Kill everyone. I tell you, you do it. 100 games, one of them's guaranteed to have a meepo in it that hates you.
Yeah, you just gotta get past. You just gotta get to the point where you can buy a bunch of battle fury, right?
You're the post one, you know. You got like your team's willing to give you a space for the first battle fury, and the first battle fury pays for the rest. I don't see the problem.
But what if the enemy team faced Meepo? Then he just brings the one hero that's really stacked.
Well, you wait for him to go near a creep wave.
But he doesn't.
Then he's not farming. What an idiot.
He's already geared.
If he's already geared, I'm already geared. Bring it. He's got to fight me at some point.
Yeah, but you have a bunch of battle furies. Who's the idiot now?
All I need is one shot.
So it does actually look like he did go for the triple dagger on the PA.
There is like this opportunity where you just burst both the supports with instant crit daggers. So like, it's the gamble. I think it's like in a lot of ways it feels the safer option, right? Like coup de grace is kind of, I'm in. I'm gonna just kill this one person. Whereas the triple daggers is like, I can just poke, and the moment we see a weakness, we go. I don't know if I'd say Mud Golems are gonna give you that opportunity though, because you know when you look at their heroes, the mobility, the blinks, the way they shift around the fights, like if they see you throw a dagger, they're gonna jump you.
No, for sure. Yeah, this game is gonna be a lot about who gets to initiate onto who. If the Void Tide, if they get to jump, or the Lion, or if it's the Axe or Phoenix jumping in, it could be the deciding factor.
I think the big deal is if Seneko can get to this Aeon disc without any big fight, and he has a minute to do so, because
yeah, I mean, it would definitely help quite a lot. Then he doesn't really have to be as worried anymore.
That's the problem, right? Like, if you know you've got that save and it's very hard for them to grab him straight away, then LCW can play more loose in the game. He doesn't have to have a heart attack when suddenly he's zapped by 1 million damage and there's no false promise. I think that's how that works. I'm pretty sure Lion just points his finger at you and you go, check yours, and just die. It's definitely been the way this game's been playing out. Farther leading the way.
We have seen a few times the E-Blade combo with the
play free.
The Lion.
There goes Seneko straight away without hesitation. Cool to try and slow him down. Cataclysm as well. Not really good enough. The Tombstone's already down. Jump in. The crit's going to come up. Buy back from both the POS 5s. The disarm on a Morphling is just to back up. But Axe needs to be careful. They do get rid of the Tombstone. Jump in, Ravage. They go for the Oracle again. They want to get rid of him before he can even use the false promise. He has to use it on himself. Baranya dodges out the dagger, looks to move away on the back line. They're going to lose the line, though. Skitter's going to go down as well. They ignored LTW. That backfired quickly. Baranya needs to now. Has got the waveform. He-Blade to protect himself up to the high ground. TP out. Very quick. Will be able to escape.
Oh, he does not get the bash.
But Skitter's here now. He needs to be careful. He did buy back for this. 33 is deep behind enemy lines as well. Everybody knows what it's going to come down to at this point. It is that Roche. And without Ravage, Mud Golems have substantially weakened themselves.
I mean, you can see the damage coming out of ILTW there. And you can also, like, when they do this thing where both 5s die and they both buy back, I mean, the difference is that Undying had already used his Tombstone, so buyback is not all that effective.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Oracle still could, I mean, he was able to waste some time of the enemy. It's gonna be roll number 3 as well.
I think Undying might give that die back. The Chrono's going to be there, though. They catch the Eggman. Phoenix is down. PA turned around on 2 with the MKB, doing a lot of work here, trying to get rid of that first life, but the stun's going to come out. The first hit, Skidder able to move away. BKB runs out, though. Baranya needs to escape as well. They activate the BKB on LTW, which means they can't turn on him. The back line cut by Milan will save the day, but cost him his own life. 33 not able to snipe out Seneko, needs to move away with the spider legs. Able to do so quickly. Just going in and out. Gets the buyback out of the Phoenix, though. And you know, if they eliminate him in the next fight without Egg, get a little bit painful for Liv to win.
Yeah, and they did lose the top range barracks there on the dire side while all that was happening. But yeah, at the same time, they still have the Aegis. I think there is a refresher shard on Phoenix.
Yes.
And PA still has a cheese, so, and he's also queuing up this this nice little item that gives you some extra damage. Nope. Okay, he switches back to the Abyssal Blade.
No. I'm guessing it was the Devi Rapier. I don't think we're in that territory yet. Oh, PO
It
and
was
PA.
the Devi Rapier, but he just kind of chickened out.
This is my approach to Meteor Hammer, and I like this 33. It's the zoning Meteor Hammer, you know? If they jump me, if they jump my team, we'll get him. Trying to get rid of that Aegis easily. Oh, he has the Satanic to heal up. Easy with a Trip Dagger. I can try and control him a little bit. Dive in. Needs to be careful. Egg's going to go down. They pop the own disc and Farda needs to move away. Throws down the Tombstone, trying to escape quickly here. They will turn onto the Tombstone instead, which means Farda might live, but no, the chop through. Tornado follow-up as well means the E-Blade is going to protect. They're trying to get through the Tombstone quickly. They do heal it up. The Hex is going to come on LTW. They're just screwing with him. He's running out of mana. Has to get rid of the Tombstone. Able to do so quick enough, but now out of mana completely.
Yeah, the mana drain is actually going to start becoming quite the issue here for the PA.
It's ridiculous because he took the mana drain slow as well. So, you know, once you get rid of all the mana supply, LTW has no way of moving around these fights. They're just screwing with him. He knows, even with 3k HP, he knows how fragile he feels in this game as the Phantom Assassin. And you know, this back and forth skirting does favor Mud Golems because they're going to have the chrono in 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's just not really able to deal damage without the mana and also with his treads in the backpack. And I mean, it's kind of lacking a little bit in attack speed too.
Greedy
and if
boys
he gets to jump the
Jesus.
lion though, you know, that lion goes oof.
Nah, he just uses the Shadow Hand. Mana drain again. Out of mana. LTW is gone. That's one life. Look at 33 as well. This is so deep.
Peter is going to chrono this.
He can interrupt him. Chrono's going to go down. Ravage to cut the back line. They're trying to burst through him quickly enough. They need to deal with the Oracle, though. Seneko can't get close enough to save the day. LTW has to stand and fight. The BKB has been activated. Under's going to be popped on the Tidana. That gets him now. LTW is going to live. Cataclysm zones them away. They need to deal with the egg quickly, but they can't get through it in time. They're going to lose the void. Skid it down for 110 seconds without buyback. Morphling has to run. Yeah, you get through the first life. Yeah, the Ravage look good. But now it's the PA show.
Yeah, I mean, I think Skeeter, he held on to, and Void was able to pop his PA was able to pop the BKB during the chronos. They were not able to burst him during the chrono, and then he just gets to go out. He gets to pop his BKB and Satanic. He gets to use the cheese, and that's gonna be two sides, if not more here. I think they could just go for the throne. I mean, they should know about the buyback situation on Void, and what's more important, they should also know about the chrono situation on Void, which is that he does not have chrono.
No, they seem a little bit hesitant though. So that's 2 lanes and back, which does give you a healthy net worth play if you don't continue. There you go. They're like, nope, no, wait. Remind me what that Void used last fight. 33 jumps the back line. Zap out as well, trying to bring down the Phoenix, but no. Tide is gone. Phoenix lives. Buyback comes down from the Tide, but the damage is already done. Morphling is down. No buyback. 160 gold short. And that should be the game. Even it up. 1-1 apiece. I mean, unless there's a miracle coming out from Milan here. I'm not sure how the hell he'd do it, though. Oh, 33. He's looking to get buyback. If he gets the other rune, maybe, but the tier 4's already down, and now he's TP'd out. He has no way back himself. The Morph is going to try and get in, but it's too late. Repair kit. Call from Afterlife will cover it. Game 2, go on the way or live to win.
Yeah, on the back of the ILTWPA there. Just farming away, and eventually he got big enough. I think, I don't know, I feel like the Faceless Void gameplay was, I don't know, it was kind of a little bit all over the place towards the later stages. I feel like he didn't really have the impact that he could have had. I think he just got killed by the PA too many times.
Yeah, there was this. I mean, there was a few awkward moments from Skidder in that game. I think they, using in the mid game especially, they caught him in the bot lane, and then he gets back alive, goes top. They immediately jump him again. It seemed like he was actually just the weak link in the Mud Golems lineup in the eyes of Live to Win. And I mean, they pushed hard enough into that. And I mean, the way that fight goes out, like you said, maybe the chrono comes out sooner, you're looking at a different situation, because then your magical damage is amplified as the void, your teammates can assist you. I mean, they looked like they had a great position in that fight. Like, Suneko did not get a chance to save with a false promise. 33's positioning with a ravage was perfect, but that one fail error, it proves to be the difference, gives Live to Win control of the game. And you look at the state of this, like from a win probability point, it acts as if it's always Live to Win's way, but this was kind of a teeter-tottering game, right? Like, there wasn't an easy victor in that last 10 minutes, I don't feel like.
No, maybe towards the last 5 or so, it was starting to become more clear, but it could have gone either way, I think.
Because it went this way, folks, you are getting spoiled with Dota today. We've already had 3 games in the previous series. We're going to have 3 games here as well. It's 1-1 apiece between Mud Golems and Live to Win. And after a short break, we're going to decide who takes the win.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable answer. Tell me, is this what you made me?
I mean, there's far just gonna go through.
I feel like if you're Mud Golems, you prioritize that higher now than Live to Win. Like Live to Win's heroes, nothing that's gonna synergize with it yet, but like Mud Golems could definitely use the Slardar. Slardar Lina lane is actually pretty spooky.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think even Phoenix with Slardar can be a kind of a strong lane, and you can. I mean, sure, none of these heroes really benefit from it that much, but you can still. I mean, Slardar's you can couple up your cores with it, and I think it's also just not a bad hero against Faceless Void overall.
And that DP will not slip through. That's always the worry, right? You get to this third game in the series, you've seen it time and time again. You know, even though it's a best of 3, you just kind of get tired. You're playing the same opponents, you're banning the same stuff, and then sometimes in these situations we just see the most obvious ban slip through. But in this case, Mud Golems continue the same one.
Yeah, it's like, okay, guys, we need to ban this, and then you forget that one ban that you'd be preparing all along. We were just like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been experiencing that in their games right now in Die Tide. Obviously, a lot of the heroes have been fixed, but when the first week or so, if you forgot to ban Shadow Shaman, you felt like an idiot.
I have not yet experienced the joy that is Dire Tide.
You won't get to experience the joy that is the Shadow Shaman on the same extent that it was before, because you could just take all the enemies' candies. Luckily, they fixed that somewhat, which is that makes me a bit sad for Shaman, because that hero definitely doesn't have a use in regular Dota.
Yeah, I mean, it would feel fair that he at least gets to be, the big dog in something.
Mm-hmm. Even Pudge feels kind of useful occasionally in that mode, which that's what I love about these custom games. It really gives these dog crap heroes a chance to do something. Oh, the beauties of Dota. But I'll tell you what my Golems are doing right now. They're eating a lot of reserve time on this ban. I don't know if they're trying to remember what they done last time, or if they've got a different direction in mind in this second phase.
Yeah, I mean, probably they're deciding between two heroes. Could be like, are we gonna ban the Storm or the Slaughter? Like something like that, right? It's like you have two heroes in mind, and you want to ban this and you want to ban that, and then in the end, the captain decides that it's going to be drum roll.
You might be drum rolling for. Okay, oh look at that!
Beast Master.
Nice. I was worried you were going to be drum rolling for 40 seconds there.
I sensed it was coming.
Oh, you knew? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Sensei with all this experience?
My spidey senses were tingling.
Oh, why is my face frozen? That was quite the emotion to be stuck on the stream.
What was your face like?
I was trying to emulate. I think it was. It's
yes,
hard to tell because my
classic.
eyes were closed as well. It's like is that moment where you're like expecting a kiss, but no one ever gives it. And we won't get to see kisses in this game either. Like, no surprise that Live to Win did open that Snapfire at the beginning of it. So that just makes the Phoenix also even better, because then you didn't have to worry about the Snapfire counter. And we're going for the good old you can't kill me. Spectre with a Phoenix Oracle combo.
Yeah, that can be kind of sad to play against. I do think, though, that, I mean, at least in the laning stage, I think Bloodseeker can have a pretty good lane against the Spectre. You can last it quite well.
Wondering if this one was gonna peek his head up as well, because once again, with Snapfire gone, another hero that is very happy to peek his head up is the Undying.
Yeah, and I'm curious here to see what Live to Win go for. They need some hero. Right now, I feel like playing the game for them is going to be pretty difficult unless they get some playmakerish hero on this pick. Because none of these heroes, they don't really, they don't initiate fights. They don't really have disables. Yeah, I mean, playing the game with these heroes, and like when I say that, I mean, like making rotations, trying to set up kills, trying to go for towers, trying to go for any sort of thing like this. Right now, it looks pretty difficult for Liv to win, and so there it is.
Yeah, we wondered when it was going to appear. I'm surprised that it didn't get banned out by either team. I mean, like the Ench prioritization makes sense now that they wanted it, but like I'm surprised Mud Golems prioritized the Axe and the Beastmaster over Slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe they feel like the matchup is bad for Faceless Void, or maybe they just felt like they know how to play against Slaughter, or it could be one of many.
The question is, what do these teams like to round this out? It's like Live to Win. This could be a decent Storm Spirit game.
Yeah, I wouldn't really dislike the Storm Spirit pick here for Live to Win. I think it could be quite nice. Something like, yeah, okay, so they ban out Ember themselves, which is another hero that would have been pretty good. And I'm just, if the Storm Spirit gets banned now, I don't know, you could still go something like Shadow Fiend maybe, although the hero is not, doesn't see that much play.
No, I was thinking
these
maybe
days.
like a Void Spirit is also potentially in the works for Live to
Also
Win.
banned.
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah, what went about? Damn. Opening phase, totally forgot about that. You don't really see Void Spirit get, and it's surprising actually that we don't see Void Spirit get banned in the opening phases, considering how like flexible the hero is in Dota right now.
I think it's been banned in a few of these games, I think, that we've seen today at least.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few, but like it's quite often what I'll see is it won't be banned in the first phase, but it won't be picked in the first phase. It's usually the second phase where
Right.
you see Void come out, and in that window, it's almost like people forget that it's still in the pool.
Yeah.
I
mean, that just might be the case with the Slaughter. You never know. SD ban, huh?
I feel like part of that is just like it's CIS teams thinking about Shadow Demon too much because
maybe, but I also think that they're just thinking that it's going to be a mid Lina, and they're just worried about the Spectre. They want the Spectre to have a good game, and yeah, there it is, the Storm Spirit. I quite like this.
Surprisingly, Mud Golems let it through. I mean, like maybe I'm not sure if I would have prioritized the Shrek ban over this unless they have a good matchup in mind right now.
I think maybe they're just gonna put this Lina mid, and they're gonna pick something that's just good for the game or good for a certain hero or whatever. And I think Bornea, he really likes playing this Lina hero, at least from what I know. And they could of course pick some other mid entirely, but it's definitely an option for them. Lina's also kind of nice in the sense that you can hit the egg. You have a lot of damage in the Chronosphere.
So if we're looking at 33 hero, no.
Right, so it's gonna be the Queen of Pain.
So yeah, it's seeming like Quap mid, and then yeah, 33 on that Bloodseeker. Everything according to plan. So actually, Lina Bloodseeker, pretty potent lane.
Definitely a rather strong lane, though it is against the Notail, so you have, you can put the Fate's Edict against the Lina spells, and I'm not sure. I think you can even remove Blood Right, maybe, if you, like, even on yourself, if you time it right. I'm not entirely sure about that one, but I feel like you should be able to.
Maybe. I don't think he's going to be able to rely on the removing oneself time, because I guess my concern here
No,
is...
no. The timing is very difficult. I mean, it's just like if you cast it on yourself while you're standing in the thing, then when you get silence, you should be able to remove it.
Oh, yeah,
when it's the spell. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this Queen of Pain pick or hero overall, I would say. I think he's also into an Oracle and a Spectre and a Storm. I feel like he's not amazing against either of those three. Of course, the lane can be good for the Queen of Pain against the Storm, but I actually think it's totally fine for Storm, and I think Storm is just way better in the game.
Yeah, we've seen how this plays out, right? Like, if you're talking about how the Queen of Pain wins the game, she has to win the lane, and it has to be pretty convincing. Even more so when you consider the Storm has the Oracle. Whereas Mud Golems, yeah, they have this clutch save that can come up from Fada, but you don't have a solid save. I think that was also why Live to Win was maybe also more concerned about like the Shadow Demon is if they get one of these kind of squishy volatile mids, if they get the Shadow Demon, it kind of evens out in terms of saves compared to the Oracle.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe they were even kind of hoping that they would go for the Queen of Pain. I mean, I think Soneko might be of a similar mind in that sense that he doesn't really favor the hero.
Let's come down to this. One game to decide the outcome between Mud Golems and Live to Win, and it definitely feels like the CIS boys won the draft, at least. But
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, at the same time, I think Mud Golem's draft is decent, and I could easily. I mean, if the Bloodseeker gets off to a good start, build some team fighting items, I think we could see. I mean, they could definitely, get to a good game, but
well, we saw this comparative earlier today, right? The Bloodseeker started to function well. I think it was Funnick on the Slardar, had a bad time, and then you got all this utility, this armor. It was I think it was a mech into Lotus build that the previous Bloodseeker done.
Exactly.
And it's more or less the same game because I believe that one had a Storm Spirit as well. I think it was the carry that was different though.
Yeah, I think a few heroes were different though. It was like there was like a Snapfire, a Lifestealer, Ember, Clock, and I can't remember the last one, but
yeah. But the impact of that type of build is really good in this game as well, right? Because you got the you're gonna counter the armor, and then also it will give you means to get rid of the silence that will come out from the Orcting Storm, which is really their initiation.
Yeah.
And also, we have to keep in mind how this series opened up, right? Remember the first game where you looked at Live to Win's draft, and you were like, well, actually, this is a very easy morph game. I favor Live to Win's draft. And our counter was if Mud Golems win the lanes, win game. And this is them playing that same way where, they're confident of the lane.
It is definitely. I mean, this game is definitely, I mean, if Mud Golems play very well and they kind of just control everything post laning stage, which I think they should do well in, I think then the game can be pretty difficult for Live to Win, but we'll just have to see how much they can accomplish in these lanes.
Now I'm curious is if RLTW, if Soneko can secure him as a permanent member. Because he has actually, he's got the team in his name already, actually.
If Soneko could secure
RLTW as a permanent member of the team. I mean, he's already technically got the tag in his name.
The tag is
Live to Win, LTW.
Oh, that is actually true.
It's almost like he done this on purpose to try and tempt him. It's like
almost like they put the name Live to Win after I Live to Win, which is ILTW's name, right?
I think that's what it stands for. Well, actually, I don't think it's that simple because LTW's asked about this online, and it's actually LTV.
Okay, but I mean, I think it stands for I love to win. I think he said so in some interview, no?
Maybe. I mean, if it's LTV when you ask him, then that must mean he says I love to win.
Yeah, but isn't it just that the Russians say V instead of W?
I think so, yeah. Which I remember a while back, this just brought up, it's like, it's just LTV. And everyone's like, well, we're just going to read it. It is what it says. It's like, you may notice sometimes where I always call Afterlife a Kulich. And you just have to accept that while that is actually correct entirely, from the Russian perspective, we all know him as Afterlife or Aki JB 4, I think it was.
Aki JB.
Because, he used to have like the weirdest name. And
yeah,
like,
I mean, with the Cyrillic.
No, it wasn't even Cyrillic. It was just like numbers and letters. He'd ran.
Okay. Right. One of those, huh?
Yep.
One of those.
Back in the Gambit days, I think that was. There's always people that like do that. Seb took a different approach. Instead of it being a hard to say word, it was hard to get away with saying on a broadcast. What is the most absurd name you've seen on a pro player, actually?
The most absurd name?
Or it's like very lewd, or it's just ridiculous to pronounce.
Uh. Wow, that's a tough one, actually. I'm
It's kind
trying
of
to think
it's,
of all
it's one
like
of those
the.
things in the moment you would have like, that's stupid. What the hell's that name? But then like maybe they just weren't memorable afterwards.
No, it's just. I mean, there are so many. Like, you want to say one that's actually kind of accurate, but there are so many teams and so many names that it's easy to forget.
Too many years.
Too many
God,
years
this
have
is
passed.
getting depressing. You're just like thinking of all the years you've committed to Dota now.
I'm too old.
Damn, Milan with these stuns, by the way. Oof, pressure constantly on. They've got the blood right again. Unless, okay, there it is. You knew he was hitting too many of them. One of them was bound to miss.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting a lot of these stuns, but at the same time, ILTW doesn't really seem to care all that much. I mean, he's got the Spring of Legion, he's got his Dispersion, Oracle can heal him up a little bit.
Yeah, right now, if you're Milan, the thing you should be doing is cancel that clarity, if anything. Otherwise, Oracle will just sustain you. But overall, it is slowing down his CS a bit. You can already see he's at the bottom of the chart out of all the cores right now. On the other side, Skir not really suffering at all against Afterlife so far.
And FN was actually forced back to base. I'm not sure why he felt the need to do so.
Oh, and you look away from. All right, they just ran him down. I think he got greedy with the time walk. It was a nice wraparound from Immersion, and well, it's a good start there. I mean, the mid lane is a good start for Branya. Like you said, FN had to walk back to base, and also Lina was there guarding the haste rune, so that Branya might have the potential to just kill off FN if he's not careful.
Yeah, and a very, I don't know, you don't really expect the Void to be going down like that, but he gets left alone, and
It's
pays the
very
price.
surprising to me because although there's an Oov on Afterlife, you know, it's not like he had any points in the sprint.
Oh, and a solo kill there by Bornea onto FN,
All
even
right.
after him going back to base. So,
No,
I
that
mean,
was the
if
haste.
the lane is going like this, then for sure it's a very happy Queen of Pain. I mean, you can see you look at the net worth; she's 500 gold ahead. But I really do feel that FN is he's not playing this lane correctly.
It's going to be problematic because what did we say? Quap not really favored in this matchup, but if you do start to snowball, Storm Spirit's going to be crapping himself. And
No, I think the lane is supposed to be pretty good for Queen of Pain. I mean, I personally think it's totally fine for Storm, but I think more so in the game,
yeah.
I think Storm is just very good against Queen of Pain.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, when it came down to how we feel Queen of Pain can dictate the flow from the mid, you have to get off to a lead, right? That's
You
the
definitely
difference.
need to get off to a lead, yes.
And definitely the case. FN, you know, he's going to try and make some stacks for himself to make his life easier. And Merchant might want to be a bit careful here. Branya does get the illusion rune. He decides against blinking in and trying for the Sonic Wave, even though he would have got the kill. It's not worth it.
Yeah, the 13-1 charges are kind of making it so that he doesn't want to go.
Yeah. It's like you could probably hang around to do the follow-up, but then, you know, you're committing under a tower. If FN shows up with his level 6, which he now has, you probably feed the lane back. And it's just a pitiful level 3 Phoenix at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these things are weird to me. I think it's kind of strange how he bought the boots over getting a wand on this Storm. Seems like such a valuable item against Queen of Pain.
Good news for Live to Win is Milan's success rate on these LSAs is decreasing. So RCW will eventually get some creeps. It's just, I don't know how long away that's going to be. I mean, he's definitely suffering. If you look at 33's CS at this point. Jesus.
Jeez Louise.
Bloodseeker fun hero, but only for Bloodseeker. I mean, how does that work as well? Like, I mean, technically, does the Spectre look like it bleeds? I don't think she's got any blood.
I mean, maybe there's like some purple blood. You know? Not your average red blood.
Is it
but
blood
purple.
at that point?
It is what it is.
Because, you know, that's the thing. There's all these different creatures. What if it's not blood? You can't really call them Fluid Seeker because that sends a very different message.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't paint a pretty picture.
Like a child at
Rania.
that point.
Arcane rune now on the Queen of Pain. I mean, he's getting every rune. He's doing very well on this Queen of Pain so far.
And that's the thing. Even if Lena, you know, starts to lose the ability to pressure on that top, job's already done there. So it's really freed up Milan to start just moving around this mid area a lot more than his counterpart in Immersion. We've already seen now, like that kill bot kind of was the force point. Skitter stayed there for a while, but now he's just starting to jungle, which means Afterlife is going to free farm.
Yeah, and so Nico's trying to find some, just do some stacks in the jungle.
Yeah, and Storm will appreciate that. Like, you already seen him bump up on the CS. He is still going to be behind the Queen of Pain, just because she's able to take the creep waves. And we'll probably look to take a head top, as they've moved up this arcane room, but LTW already suspects something's wrong here. You feel a little bit worried for Mud Golems? Because I'm a bit concerned that if Skitter falls behind, this game gets really dicey for them.
No, not just yet. I think they're gonna have quite a bit of damage in the Chronosphere. There's the Blood Rite, there's Lina spells, there's Queen of Pain's spells. I think the Void is it's okay even if he's not, you know, the most farmed Void. I think it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna see how 33's rotations go post laning stage.
Afterlife?
And kind of have a better
Where
idea.
are the bashes? Okay, after the fact, after the LSAs are missed, they'll still get him. Well played to not have to waste the chrono for it. And now Seneko. Yeah, he'll get the Invis rune, but SingStar mode activated. Baranya, he scores 100%.
That's what it is, huh?
It's
Good
SingStar.
old SingStar.
Yeah, I feel like we're just showing our age. I mean, is SingStar even still a thing? Twitch Sings now is where it's at. Or was. I don't know if people even still play that.
And it looks like Skeeter's going for this Battle Fury build. We did see him go for yesterday, the Mask of Madness into the Battle Fury. It can be quite greedy though. I'm not sure if it's gonna be okay to go this against both Storm rushing the Orchids and Slaughter going for an early blink. This might get a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's way too easy to reach him. Like this, I think you're right. This is way too greedy. Like it's not just the Storm and the Slardar. You're against the Spectre as well, right? And you're not the team with a save, so they'll always find you every fight.
I mean, he still has the option to switch things up. So
No. How often do
they're
you see
setting up in the
carries
bottom lane, though.
Hugh Battle Fury and get rid of it? I don't think that's an option. Afterlife. Initiated on. Rupture to ensure he can't run away. Time dilation. Stop him from running away quicker. Chrono's going to go down. On to 2. They do use the egg. Blood Right's there as well. Slardar is going to die. Oracle able to move away as they get zoned out by the egg. But now they'll reinitiate in. Find the kill onto Seneko as well. They're not done. 33's hunting. Looking for immersion, able to sidestep the Blood Right, but they can't pursue any further. However, the tower does not have the ability to run away from the forces of Mud Golems.
Man, already with the 3k advantage here by Mud Golems. Nice Chronosphere there by Skeeter. And also, it's good, I think, that they recognize that, you know, they don't really have to pursue that much more. They just got two nice kills, and then they can just be happy with that. Egg was used as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely to see any repercussions for your actions. I mean, Live to Win, the spec still hasn't leveled Horn. And while LTW does have the blade mail, this is this is your farming mail. It's not really designed for the next fight.
And if you look what the ILTW is actually queued up to, it's something we don't see that often nowadays.
Against the void, you can kind of understand it, but they are pretty squishy on mud golems, right? The Lena, the Quap, vulnerable. But you're right, Radiant's definitely not in this falling out of favor, not just on Spectre, but in general right now. We don't really see any heroes picking it up. LTW. Rupture, Blade Mail. The problem is 43 has more health, so I don't think he cares too much. LTW will try and hide in the tree line, but when you're that low, they see everything. Skid up, they leave the kill for him. Actually, in the end, 43's like, if you're not gonna eat your meal, I will. And Storm more surprised in there. There's no Orchid either. That's
yeah,
just...
I'm not really sure. FN got caught with his pants down.
Yep. And Queen of Pain is ready to dish out the discipline in that situation. All of a sudden, building a pretty noticeable lead. Almost 1,000 going up over FN at this stage.
Yeah, and a total of 4K. 4 mud golems just at the 14-minute mark.
It's starting to feel like mud golems are done playing with their food. Afterlife has got the blink. Doesn't want to initiate a Fada. If they can get the 2, that would be good, but the supports are making it too obvious.
Yeah, they sort of want to have this completed orchids on the Storm Spirit. He was just about to buy it, I think, and then he just before he died.
And as a result, Piranha's the one with the Orchid. He also has a haste rune, so he can play more loose. It's just so much time wasted for this setup that isn't going to be there in time, as the Orchid's not going to arrive. Oh, no. I mean, it seems like not a big deal. It's like, oh, that's how I might have fallen anyway. But it's the fact that Afterlife, after having a great start to his game, is just sitting in that tree line for so long and doing nothing.
Yeah, they kind of had to wait there for the thing.
Oh, no, he punched him before he can move. He was busy trying to stack. But he does get away. The problem is the stack isn't going anywhere. The Mud Golems are going to munch it up. LTW trying to fight them for it right now. Blade Mail used pretty early, though. He needs to be careful. He could be turned on. Stun's going to come out to Milan. He's holding on that LSA, though, and it looks like Afterlife will run away. Snipes out the courier on the way out. They'll turn around on the LTW,
really
bring them low. Chrono's going to be there on the free.
The
Blood Right as well. The follow-up is too big. It catches them all. For all their efforts, they do not even manage to protect their ancients. It's just bonus gold after bonus gold going the way of Mud Golems.
Honestly, I have no idea what ILTW was thinking there. He's
I
standing and hitting the
thinking.
tombstone in front of 2 heroes that are just beating on him. And I don't know. That looked very, very strange.
I mean, if you're gonna commit like that, you might as well press the ult while you're at it. Like, that's the weird part. It feels very, I want to say, half-assed at that stage. You Blade Mail, like you said, you're going to hit this tombstone alone. Maybe he was like, well, there's too many zombies now. I have to stand here. But once again, maybe just use the haunt to reposition in the fight, because that was a nightmare turned reality for Live to win.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just I'm at a loss here, and ILTW once again.
Blade Mail not so good if you can't cast it before you're practically dead.
That wasn't too
I mean, that's at what point do we refer to this as chain feeding?
I think now
Maybe one more. I mean, he's up to 3.
Okay.
So if he does that immediately again, it's definitely chain feed.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's also only 600 gold away from the position for Nina on the enemy team, and it's the 17 minutes in, so he's not one happy camper.
It was just like baiting them into giving LCW Spectre was the real kryptonite here. If you
Yeah, I
love
mean,
to
give him
win,
PA
you
and
must hate to
he wins you
lose.
the game, but give him anything else and it seems
It seems he hate life.
it does seem that way, yes.
As much as he loves to win, I don't think he loves to die. As he's about to do again. Hello. Uh-oh. Sansa's out on him. He's going to turn and fight. I don't think that's the move to make here, though. They're going to cut the back line. Stun comes down to Phoenix, and Soul Rip kills off the Spectre. Chrono down for the supports. That's how confident they are. One bash would kill him. Hello? I mean, they'll still get the Oracle, but Skidder right now is just checking it to see if he leveled time lock. They actually force the egg out. They'd say, no, don't leave. You send a message right now. Nobody leaves alive. FN, not much mana, won't commit. I mean, we're 18 minutes into the game. The tier 2s are still up, and the POS 4 and 5 of Mud Golems are diving tier 3s.
Yeah, and the +4 and 5 of Mud Golems are just closing in on the Spectre minute by minute.
And he has achieved chain feeding status now, up to the 4 deaths. And I feel the one I feel worse for is Afterlife. You know, it's like he has this great start. He rushes this Blink Dagger to try and fix the other lanes, and now he's just, I mean, he's just stuck holding his stick in his hands. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was the plan all along. Just bait them into the Slardar, you know? Bait them into these wonky heroes.
I mean, it makes sense because you do fish with bait.
Truth be told, I feel like all of these players, maybe with Immersion being the exception, seem quite lost on their heroes.
I mean, that's sad to hear with Seneko in that situation as well. You know, like he loves this Oracle, but he just can't do anything. The impact of immersion, I'm pondering, you know, like he's getting close to this Spirit Vessel, but is it really that great of a Spirit Vessel game? I don't know if I'd say it is.
It's good against the Bloodseeker. It's also pretty good against the Undying and Faceless Void.
But it's not like that big wham. Oh, we're playing against the Morphling. This is going to completely ruin his game.
No, it's just Phoenix is just the item is good for him overall. The combination, the Fire Spirits and the burn damage with Vessel is just generally a lot of damage.
Yeah. I think maybe he would have considered like Yules or Mizuyama. Yules from like they have a Queen of Pain Orchid, but at this stage, he realizes, honestly, if they initiate on him, it's not going to be the Orchid he has to worry about, it's the Chrono, because Skidder seems content to just target the supports every fight.
I mean, I think it's just if he can get 2 targets and, you know, in a reliable way, then why not just take it?
Right now, Malcolm's taking everything. Only 2 kills on the board for Liv to win. 12,000 down. 21 minutes in. It's not going to slow down. I mean, the only people that are getting any gold really on your team is FN, and I would say LCW, but they're constantly hunting for him. Maybe if they get these BKBs, but there is still that chrono factor. There's a BKB coming from Slardar. That's what he wants next. I don't like this from FN. We talked about this before. Going for a Bloodstone in this type of game. Speaking of that Slardar, by the way, he's been caught out. Tombstone is down. Drums will be activated. And that TP by the... Oh, Milan. No, he can't reach it, but it doesn't matter. They got the damage.
That wasn't too.
I mean, when you run that fast and you're ruptured, things go south pretty quickly.
Gotta go, guy. Oh.
Gotta go fast.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the chrono as well. Snako, he can't get... Even with this keen optic, he's never able to, well, be keenly placed to save a life. And they've pinged LCW as well.
I mean, this is starting to look, you know, real ugly.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was about to say, if you do not TP, for the love of God. And I think ugly really covers it, you know, because like ugly can be fixed with like 10 beers.
Right?
I feel like if Mud Golems were 20 vodka shots in, it would still be incredibly hard to lose this game.
Yeah. I mean, 20 vodka shots might just do it, but still, yeah, it would be a tough, it would be a close call.
Maybe. If we can at least say that Live to Win have tried if we see a fight soon. Because someone I will point out is we haven't really seen a real initiation. Afterlife hasn't had a chance to shine, and that's not how you initiate. That is not how you initiate. Bloodright, LSA, goodbye FN. Pay the price. Oracle must also pay the toll.
Burns, doesn't
Couldn't even false promise to save again. Won't even false promise to save himself. There's no help coming. You know, RCW, we're 24 minutes into the game almost, and he still has not pressed his ultimate once. I guess he's saving it for next series.
He's also decided to go back for a diffusal blade, it looks like. I mean, he could purchase it right now, but it's just, you know,
what do you do with it?
What do you do with it? What do you do? What's the plan here?
I guess it'll let you farm quicker. It's a lot of agi, but I think what you need is El Fighto. Oh no, he can't get the stun off Slaughter. LSA is going to be there after the Yules, and he's gone. That was their initiation. Haunt's going to come out now for the Bloodright, covers them for the moment. Chasing the Skinner, trying to bring him down quick enough. We'll get the kill. LSA is going to be there on FN. But LCW pursuing forward, looking at him to land next. They're going to burn through him as well. Diffusal has its impact. They bite back. They finally hit back at Mud Golems and take a win in a fight. They're hunting for more, unable to connect with it, but still a big kill on the Skidder alone, let alone the bonus of Milan.
Yeah, some much needed gold there going the way of, I think it was ILTW got the kill on the Faceless Void, and FN got the kill on Milan. So at least the kill gold is going to the right heroes if you are dire.
Oh, false promise. Lets them get off the egg. Brandon's going to be happy with that, though. All right. That's 2 big ults for 10 seconds of my time. Thumbs up. Very nice. They've still got the upside of what occurred mid, though. So Live to Win in their eyes. Mud Golems are 1 vodka shot in so far. 19 to go.
Yeah, I think it might take more than vodka shots at this point.
All right, buckshot. 1 buckshot in. Just 20 more to bring down this crazy version of 50 Cent. I took 9 bullets. I feel like Mud Golems are going to take more, though. They take the mid lane. Live to Win. I don't know how many times you can afford to give over builds like that. They haven't got a Haunt for 50 seconds. They're hunting and won't be able to find Storm, but it's not going to cost them anything because, you know, without the egg, without the Haunt, how do you punish that? I fear the answer might be you can't. Which means Live to Win are playing a very precarious game of Dota. You have to get the biggest players off the back of the ult, or you're just out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure. They need them to basically, like, they need them to try to commit to this Phoenix like incredibly hard. Maybe get the false promise on him and then just pop the egg and somehow you stun 5 heroes with Slaughter and then maybe you can take a fight.
So they should have picked Tidehunter. Definitely be
Yeah,
easy
I'm
to
not
hit
sure.
5 heroes.
There's something weird between the, I mean, I don't know. The first 3 picks, they are a little bit strange together. I think it's probably okay. Maybe it's more so just I don't know. I think FN in the mid lane, he got solo killed there by the Queen of Pain, and you know that obviously doesn't help.
And then there's also his obsession with this Bloodstone. But
Yeah, and also just dying multiple times. I mean, he has caught up in levels, but
I mean, he's not alone in the dark. Let's be fair here. This has been an evenly spread situation.
Disaster.
Yeah, except for Immersion. Okay, Immersion right now gets to look at his team. Goddamn feeders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having 25% of the
he
team
might
kills and a lot less their deaths.
Yeah, I mean, he's part of 75% of the kills.
Yeah, and I think we can excuse that 25%. He was probably dead for that. Smoke coming out from Mud Golems. Roche might be up in 10 seconds. I'll tell you what, they're thinking more of Live to Win than Live to Win a thing themselves. They think that Live to Win are coming anywhere near this pit to try and see if they can sneak a Roche. Would be the big alpha play. It's a long spawn time though. 2 minutes until Roshan is up. An Afterlife. Barely dodging death. Probably didn't even realize that they're not able to find him.
I don't even know if they saw him or not, but I just felt like they just didn't care. Maybe they didn't see him because of the nighttime.
Yeah, it's the nighttime vision. That's why he also got away without being seen when he blinked away as well, because they could have converged. But they're moving for a bigger target. They find LCW. Playing on the vision, in trouble already. Soul Rip to bring him down low. Fodder is tanking most of the blade mail damage. Sonic Wave through is good enough. Seneko was kept out of the equation with the Yules, so he wasn't able to save with the false promise. And now they found the Phoenix down already. Both supports dead on the side of Live to Win. They'll chase into the base. Not able to find a chrono opportunity, but going to force those buybacks quickly. Spec has it as well. Has Horn. So if they can force the start of a fight, that's when the buyback would come in. But Mud Golems, they're sensible about this. They back away.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they just want to take it slow. They play it safe. They're just going to wait for the Roche. Wait for their spells. And no need to commit. Since you don't really have to. I mean, they're not really farming anything. They just bought back on 2 other heroes. Spectre right now is dead, so he's not farming anything.
Oh. They
They're
know.
not really losing out on anything.
They know. He'll use someone else instead, but they've got to use their own. And there's a blood right way, and when he comes down, they even chrono to ensure that it's a definite kill.
Wasn't too bright.
They really didn't trust 33's timing on that, but I actually think he had that timed perfectly.
I mean, you say that, you know.
But if we didn't, Horn, Lena, that's a big ult for a measly kill, really. No offense to Milan, but it's not one the cause, and now the cause will turn up to punish the forces to Live to Win. Buyback comes out from Lena. Can't find anything though, because Afterlife is quick to get out with that BKB to protect him. Piranha's chasing forward with the haste though. He does see Seneko will purge off the dagger. Doesn't stop him from right-clicking though. Blood right as well. Isn't going to hit, but the Yule slows him down long enough they can chase. Go step to protect himself. Stun's going to come from Afterlife. Ball lightning in from FN. Moving across onto Milan. Not able to get it though. He blinks away.
Down
to half mana cannot pursue any further. Which means they just baited out the buyback from the Storm. The Horn got used. And Roche is up. Guess what happens
Yeah, so I think Oracle and Slaughter's going to buy back. Oracle does not. Spectre does. Storm no.
Yeah, but Spectre
Wala
has
pa
no
rin,
There's nothing they can do.
Yeah. It's like a pretty...
Wala pang ayuda sa Torings pambili ko, bro.
1v3 for Mud Golems. The price was high for Live to Win. Now they are really one fight away from losing this. And I'm really, like, I'm looking and I'm going, what's Spec gonna do? Like, is there a big item coming? Yeah, you're getting this Manta, but that's not the biggest power spike. Yeah, FN could get to this Bloodstone, but again, not really feeling like the biggest of power spikes here.
No, I think if you get to the Manta and you get to your level 20 on the Spectre before it ends, I think you're going to be pretty happy. You get the additional HP, which can help you when you're using your Blade Mail. And of course, the Manta can help against just removing the mana from, let's say, Void or just killing Mina or pretty much any hero.
Teasing before level 20 can occur.
Yeah, for now, though, they're just going to... Looks like they're just going to try to, just take this side as well. No contest for Live to Win, and yeah, you gotta wonder, like, what's the plan here, guys?
I think we've been asking that question collectively as viewers for a good 10 minutes at least. Live to Win have remained solemnly silent so far. Some whispers here or there. Nothing convincing. And Afterlife goes in, stun onto 2. Glimmer Cave's going to protect 33. Rupture turn around the BKB. Saving. Now the Chrono goes down, but the egg is there. They're going to Laguna down. FN's gone though. They'll turn around the egg, trying to get through it quick enough. Skidder, it's going to be close, but the disarm comes out. He will be brought down. No chance to use the cheese. They get the kill. Naranya will run around and get out with that Aegis still in hand, but without the Void, this might be a bit bold to take. He's going to turn around the Sonic Wave, gets the kill though. Bloodright is going to zone them away, so they go up to the high ground due to the push. He's stuck there. They get rid of the Aegis, but now they're going to get rid of the rest of the lift to win. Immersion is protected by the False Promise. They're going to burst down the Oracle. The TP away will be interrupted by the Yules. This bird is going to be fried. GG gets called. Live to win. They submit. Mud Golems take the series 2-1.
Yeah, very nice game there by Bornean. I mean, it shows like maybe that's how the matchup is supposed to go. That's not really what